stroke on it, get it going forward. It's a territory battle today. Clark's first there, overruns it. Hodson worries him out of it. Hodson just goes for the boundary. And we're going to see a lot of that today, a lot of repeat stoppages, I feel, boys, and a lot of blokes just happy to get it off the ground.
Certainly, mate. The matchup that we all thought Juice Newton has gone to Conlon's gone to Juice, out of the goal square in the Wangaratta Ford 50.
We're going to need a toss in here with the umpire of the hat backwards. Don't say that too often on a rain day, do you? It's a bit different. Okay. But tossed in by the young umpire. It's a nice little throw in. Muller wins that one. Just gets a fist on it. Goes forward about 15 metres. Worried out of it there was Carroll. He loves it, does Juice. That's a steal line goal today. That's the first major on the board in this game, and it goes to the Wangaratta Magpies. They're 1 straight 6. Albury Tigers 2 behind. He's found a free kick. I don't know about that one, boys. That's stiff there on Harry Hewitt, I feel.
Yeah, very stiff in the wet for sure.
Going to go to ground a lot.
That used to happen in the old days. You used to get a bit of leeway when the rain was falling. You see a little bit of looseness on the rules, but okay.
Yeah, not always.
Not always. No.
Yeah, as Tilly gets the punch now, boarding on. It's too slick for Barrett. Goes through him. Tilly goes back and wins it. Back to Barrett now. Clark, nice handball, finds Tilly. Tilly just throws it on the boot to half forward. Gets over the back of Federico. Here goes Smith. Game 150. What a way to start this one for Jesse Smith.
But it's just starting to peter out a little bit here.
Ball's come back in. Federico. Quick hands there. Goes to McVeigh around the corner on his left. It's going to sneak through. It is. Big Liam McVeigh gets the second for the Magpies. They're 2-1-13. Albury 2 behind on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
A little dust on it. Centre forward here too, boys. A little bit of feeling.
Yeah, there is. There seems to be a little bit of push and shove there, but Johnny on the spot. Great snap from about 40 metres out, as Monty called. There was a bit of scrap around the centre wing. Magpies just controlled the footy after that, and then delivered inside 50 for a contest, and then being a good forward or small forward, front and centre, and had a shot on goal and finished well. That's a great left foot snap. Great left foot snap.
Always seems to hit the scoreboard, does Leaf. Murrah wins that tap. Again, not to advantage. Clark's there. Quick handballs by Hewitt's cut off by Carroll. Carroll handballs sideways to McGrath. McGrath high up and under goes to half forward. Grossman's the one in front. Barrett out the back. Gets a handball on the ground. Jacob Conlon for the Tigers overruns it. Cam Barrett's back on it for the Pies. That's Michael. Duncan goes sideways to Colby behind a Hennessy. First game in about 2 months for Colby. Goes down the line. Gets pushed as he takes it. Number says no. It was in the contest. Page looks to go dangerous.
Braden Hodgson. Sides is there when they're going for it. So 4 each, go inside 50. What do you got there,
Got
Steph?
Albury +1 in the clearances so far, 3-2. Fletcher Carroll and Jacob Gaynor with 3 touches each early on.
Give Fletcher another one. He just gives a handball backwards to Cole behind a Hennessy. Now to back. Comes to ground. Jeffy Garlett just gets a boot. Rossman first. Nice handball, finds a teammate. And it's Harry Smart. Smart now goes short to Charlie Naish. He wants to get moving. The umpire's told him to play on. Hollandine now for the big torpedo. It's gone about 70 metres. Ball gets brought. Brought to ground. Smith clean. Hewitt. You don't take on the big fella on a day like umpire Mason Ring. Into the it's a handball, but it he looks dangerous.
Juice will kick from, what do we say, boys? Probably 30. Probably should slot this one.
Great kick from Laverty too. Just got it moving, didn't he?
You know, for the 5 entries.
Use inside 51.
He gets another 30 metres off the ground. Looks for Fraser Hollandine. Kick off the ground by Byrne. McMinnon it was. Smith runs onto it. Jesse Smith, game 150. Steal line goal today. The Magpies are on a roll. That's their 4-1-25. The Albury Tigers 3 by
Go forward. That's another.
react, and they're running past the footy a lot. It's like they're playing the man in front instead of looking at the football. But Kelly's in the ruck now. Probably could have got a free kick for a block there, but Knowles wins it out of the ruck. That goal kicker, Smith, gets tackled as soon as he picks that one up. The umpire's going to ping him on. Oh, my God.
What is going on?
Anyway, we'll move on from that one. Free kick to Jackson Kelly. Kelly plays on with it, gets told to go. He's going to look for McGrath. He's got to be strong in the air, and he is. Great grab by the young fella. Got it at its highest point. Gets it moving straight away to McGrath. It's not a great kick. It's going to be cut off. And it, could have nearly been a 50 there. He's only paid the high. I thought he had the grab first. But it's going to be a free kick, and I think it's Charlie Naish, is it?
Yeah, it looks like his boots. Yeah. Carroll looks like he's gotten busy. He's got the 6 touches early, along with Jakey Garner. He's got the 4 early as well. Yeah. And then Jackson Clark's getting to work as well. He's got the 4 as well.
And what about some inside 50s and team stats while we've got a bit of a break?
Inside 50s are 7-6 Wangaratta's way, so there's not much difference there, but they're just making more of their entries, I think, Scam.
Well, a key stat, as you say, mate, 3 marks inside 50 for Wang and just the 1 for Albury.
As the ball gets tossed in on centre wing, far side of the ground, it's just a bit scrubby at the moment. Ball just fumbles around. It's going to be a free kick going the way of the Magpies. He's found one. Is our man Mason? I think it's going to go to the way of Fraser Hollandine. No, Hunter Gotchling it is. Gotchling. Going to go inboard to Norton. Norton now plays on. Had the hair trimmed. I like it. Finds Grossman in the middle of the ground. Rolls on straight away. He's going to go long and deep inside 50. Looking for Hollandine. Hollandine front position. Can't take it. O'Keefe's there. Wrapped up straight away. And we'll have a throw up. 45 away from the Wangaratta goal. Gets tossed up now. Kelly and Juice go at it. Carroll gets it for the Tigers. Gets it on the boot. It's not a great kick, and it finds Norton for the Magpies. He's 70 away from goal. He's going to go back inside 50 here. Norton to the top of the goal square. Who's he got down there? Good spoil, good fist from Max Byrne. Through for a minor score. That takes them to 26. The Tigers are on 3 on the game traffic and contracting. We might go around the grounds quickly for Wangaratta Mazda.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look around. Wodonga Rays have got the jump on Cora 20-1. We've got Myrtleford and Wangaratta. Wangaratta Rovers are up by a point, 13-12. North Albury, 4 points in front of Yarrawonga early doors, 13-9 in the game at Martin Park.
As the ball now just gets chopped off, he's going back inside 50. Sorry, mate. That's all right. Yeah. Continue on. It's going out of bounds.
Wodonga Bulldogs versus Lavington is 19-14 Wodonga's way. So.
As we're going to get a boundary throw in, about 20 away from the Magpies goals. They're peppering now, aren't they, boys?
Yes, they certainly are. They're up and about, and they smell blood in the water here.
They get another 1 or 2. Might nearly be lights out, I think.
Be careful on this ground.
I know. I'm just trying to get Albury back into it, Bobby.
Yes.
As it's a nice tap there from Muller. Doesn't really go anywhere. Going to get a repeat stoppage. No, too high he's paid.
Oh, dear me.
The free kick. That says it all from Bobby Jackson, I feel. It's going to go the way of Jakey Gaynor, who's had the fresh trim too this week, I reckon. He just rolls around, gets it towards centre wing, just punches out the back, finds his way to Gotchling. Nice handball to Barrett around the corner. Under it, that's Gaynor. Just gets it spoiled. Pow now for the Tigers at half back. He's going to come through the middle of the ground looking for Walker. Gets out the back of him. No, Walker's got the free kick. Yep, that's got to be Walker's. Grills took the mark. Probably should have just paid the mark in the end, but it's going to come back to Matty Walker for a too high free kick.
See, that's where a free kick doesn't work in the club's advantage, or the team's advantage. That ball needed to be play on, and Fletcher Carroll's run inside 50 for a shot on goal.
I thought Jimmy Grills took the mark, and it was further forward, so that was probably the better one to just pay the mark. Just don't worry about the free kick.
Yeah, if you want to get technical, Mont, you've nailed it.
As Walker now finds Duncan on true centre wing on the far side. Goes short, it's not a great one. O'Hara does well to get down that low at his age. Oh, goes inboard. It's lucky I know Owie. He'll take that the right way. Walker Gets called to play on from centre wing. Goes long inside 50. Big Isaac's floated forward again. Takes a good grab. Distance is going to be a big issue here. He gives a handball off. O'Hara from 55. Goes to the top of the goal square. Grills has got his name all over this, and he does. Well read, Jimmy Grills. He takes the mark at the top of the goal square, and he'll go back and put this one through from 20 out.
That's so much better ball movement by Albury. More methodical, more clinical. They're cleaner with the balls. The right players got the footy. You need your good ball carriers with the ball when it's inside 50. And look where he's having a shot from, 15 metres out.
Just read it better than everyone else, didn't he, Jimmy? His opponent went looking for body contact. Grills slipped around him. Has a shot from straight in front, 20 out. Jimmy Grills kicks his first for the day. Kicks the Albury Tigers first for the day. They needed that one is an understatement towards the end of this first quarter. The Magpies are 4-2-26. The Tigers are 1-3-9 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. And we've gone 21 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Bobby, you mentioned Big Izzy Muller rolling forward before. I think that's the second time there. He took a big contested mark and then gave the hands off nice and quickly to O'Hara, which, hit up Jimmy Grills at the top of the goal square. So.
That's smart ruck work, isn't it? You bring the big fella's got such an influence on the game. He needs to be bringing people in to the game around him that have a real big influence on the delivery of the footy, whether it's shot on goal or possession-wise.
Well, let's be honest. Braden O'Hara is probably one of the best kicks we've seen in the Ovens and Murray for 15 years.
Exactly.
Needs the ball in his hands at every chance. As this ball just gets fisted forward, Ellis cuts it off now for the Magpies. Federico shovels a handball. Heine Hennessy gets taken high. He's going to get a free kick at half forward for the Tigers. He's just looking for an option. He's got a few in the middle, but no, he wants to go long and strong, which I like. Goes to a nice hit out into a leading lane. Conlon gets bumped off it late. McGrath, great fed. Gets the feed around. Charlie McGrath, steal on goal today. Well done, young fella. Stole a bit of candy, stepped around one and puts that one through. 2 in a minute to the Tigers, and they desperately needed that. That's their second. 2-3-15. Wangaratta 4-2-26 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Yeah, crumbed it nicely there, McGrath, didn't he? Big Jacob Conlon maybe a little stiff not to get a free kick for chopping the arms, but he presented out well, and McGrath read it beautifully off hands.
And, Heine Hennessy rolled and played on from a free kick here on the half-forward flank. Got that ball moving nice and quickly to give Conlon an opportunity to take the mark in some space. And, if he didn't mark it, then...
Goal for the year, boys. He's hitting the scoreboard, which I like from a young player. As Knowles gets the clearance from the Magpies now and goes inside 50. Off the chest of Hollandine. Falls away of Porter. Gets bumped off it. Now he's back over the top of it. The umpire's going to ping him here. I don't know what else he's supposed to do. He said he dragged it in. I reckon you're stiff, Dane. I'm with you. I'd be remonstrating too. The free kick's going to go the way of Jacob Page.
Aubrey've got a bit of a roll on here, Monty. They've a bit of a change of game flow here where Aubrey seem to be getting a bit of a run of it. And some really good, clean footy as we go forward here now.
And they've been sharper as Grills gets it on that left boot inside 50 towards Big Ben Kelly. Garlett, Powell gets the handball received. Powell from the pocket, if you don't mind. Alfie Powell. Steal on goal today. Mawson's concrete player today from the Albury Tigers. Ends up with Elliot Powell snapping from the boundary. And they've kicked 3 in 2 minutes, boys. They are on a roll. That's 3-3-21. The Magpies 4-2-26 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard, and we've gone 24 minutes thanks to Macca's.
Yeah, sensational from Powell. They're hard pressed up against the boundary, and a little dribbler, Bobby straight through the middle.
If you don't mind. And he turned around to celebrate to the crowd. And
what crowd?
There was one bloke standing underneath the tree up there. So anyway, fantastic goal, fantastic finish. And the quality, classy players are coming to the foot. Nice touch there by Jeffy Garlett. It was fantastic. The good players are stepping up here, Monty.
Absolutely. Getting in the good players' hands. Things can happen as McGrath gets that clearance for the Tigers now, and it's gone inside 50 again. Tilly with the big fist. Falls away of North. Just bumped and crunched by Muller. Crunched again was Naish on the boot from Clark. Gets a high up and under towards centre wing. All over him, and it's going to be a free kick. Go the way of Marjanovic. And he plays on straight away to Charlie Naish, who gets it long. Inside 50. It's not his best kick. Brought to ground now by the Tigers. Heine Hennessy overruns it. Federico for the Magpies gives a handball. Smith just goes bang with a fist and bumps it over. The location of the 50 and the boundary at the Wangaratta end of the ground.
Wangaratta will be looking for one here just before the quarter-time break. But Aubrey, they don't want the quarter-time break. They've played some really good footy the last 3 or 4 minutes, and they'd be looking for a little bit more now.
I think at the 15-minute mark, Aubrey were looking for the break, weren't they? But now I think Wangaratta, just to reset a bit, because they've got a real momentum shift here, and that can happen on days like today. You only need 1 or 2 classy things to go your way, and it's game on. We're going to get a free kick. I'm not sure who to. It's going to go to McVeigh.
ruck raffle.
On a day like today, I don't know about that. As McVeigh now just goes along to the top of the goal square. Only man there is Gilmore. That should be 50. Has to be. And it is. Silly free 50 against Juice Newton as he takes a dive too. Juice likes to put a bit of mayo on things. And it's going to go the way of Gilmore. Gilmore's now got it, and he's been brought into the centre square at half back for the Tigers. He's going to go backwards.
Numbers at the far side, mate.
Goes to Byrne, and he's found a couple of those numbers that you were talking about, Bobby. He's got Duncan. He comes a bit more inboard and finds Carroll. Still on the wing is Fletcher. What's his numbers? 40 winks, please, boys.
Mate, I've got to add him up. 9 he's had. He's been hot, Fletch.
You were a private schoolboy, weren't you? You should be quick. As Muller takes the mark and now gives it to McMiniman. Good to see him back in the senior side for the Tigers. More than 12 months since his last game in the ones. Marjanovic wins it back for the Magpies and gives a handball to Naish, who goes inside 50 looking for Juice. Juice had the run of it. Goes to ground but gets a handball out to McVeigh. McVeigh now around the body. It's not a great kick. Burns there but gets spoiled. The Tigers have won it back and Conlon's got it. Goes sideways for Carroll. Carroll gets crunched by Charlie Naish, but he gets out the back to Charlie McGrath for the Tigers. McGrath. Nice steadying kick. He's got to hit a target. Hodgson had to stand under it. Hollandine come and got it off him. Hodgson now gets tackled without it. No. Umpire says play on. The whistle definitely went to the mouth. He'll blow it this time. We'll have a ball up right on the 50 at the wang end of the ground.
I just feel they got out of jail there, Scam.
Big tackle there. He's been hot early as well. Had a bit of the footy.
As Hollandine for the Magpies gives a handball, misses Smith. It's going to go out for a throw-in right in front of that beautiful scoreboard. Thanks to Game Traffic and Contracting, which reads a 5-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies, 26-21. Gone 27 minutes on the Macca's time clock, Bobby.
Yeah, that rain's still persistent, Monty. It's just a little drizzle still, so hopefully it'll pass by the start of next quarter. Of
course, Bobby Jackson brought to you by Elite Building Construction today. Just the scrub kick out of that clearance. Federico's got it for the Magpies, tackled straight away. Ball just bobbles around. I think we're going to get another throw-in. I reckon we're going to have a world record for throw-ins today.
Yeah, I think both clubs will be looking to shut it down to quarter time here and reset at quarter time. So that was a nice little passage of play by Albury. They kicked 3 goals in 4 minutes, so they get them back into the game and make a contest of this, Monty.
Ball tossed in. Muller uses his strength, wins it, gets tackled straight away. He's going to be pinged holding the footy. It's going to be a free kick to the Magpies. This is exactly what they want. Get another chance at goal here. And it's going to go the way of Gotchling. Right on half forward. 28 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. Not long. He needs to get it long and strong and hope for a mark. I feel there won't be long to go. Gotchling. Umpire tells him to play on now. Goes towards the pocket. There's a lot of yellow jumpers down there. They bring it to ground. It's going to be a throw-in.
Juice had 6 to beat.
Yeah, nearly every number on the ground inside the Wangaratta forward 50.
And all on Juice.
Not one player in the Albury half right now.
No, there'll be a 2-minute drill here. Scamp, shut the ball down.
Lock it down.
Muller uses his strength again, gets the fist on it. Carroll tries to come through, dispossessed. Ball just fumbles around. Now it's Naish. That's Charlie. Gives a handball. Marjanovic under the pump straight away. Caught holding the footy. Good tackle. I think Jackson Kelly was the tackler. Yep. He's going to get the free kick.
Did they go here? If they can get it out the back here, Albury.
Oh, Heiner Hennessy. He was under the pump there from Naish. Didn't quite get there, but he took a good mark, did Heiner Hennessy. He goes short to Carroll. Carroll plays on straight away at half back. Looking for Conlon. But there goes the siren, and what a quarter of footy we've seen. 7 goals in the wet. 4-2-26 the Wangaratta Magpies. 3-3-21 to the Albury Tigers. And we'll dissect all that after this break because you're listening to O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Wang +3 on inside 50s, +2 on the marks inside 50, which has mostly been Juice as a big target there. Fletch Carroll, 9 touches early on, he's been pretty hot. Jakey Gaynor with 6. Jackson Kelly 4 and Charlie McGrath the 7 touches.
Just quickly, the goal kickers, Juice Newton's kicked the 2, Liam McVeigh's kicked 1, and also Jesse Smith's kicked the 1. And for Albury, Elliot Powers kicked 1. That Jimmy Grills from dead set in front, and Michael Duncan's also kicked 1. Charlie McGrath. Sorry, Charlie McGrath. Got the wrong column there, boys. But Charlie McGrath's kicked the 1 goal. He's been pretty good the first quarter, Monty.
He's been great. And we spoke about him pre-game, didn't we, that he's one of those young kids coming through the Albury ranks that just gets better and better every single week. And he showed in that first quarter he can stick it with the big boys, and on a day that probably doesn't really suit his game because he's an outside runner, So get him on a nice fast deck in September. I reckon he's a guy that we could really watch if the Tigers can get there. And they're showing they're up for the fight today, Bob.
They certainly are. They've played some really good footy that back into that first quarter. And Isaac Mullen's playing a bit of a different role today, Scam. I think he's floating forward and providing another option down forward. And on the flip side, I think Matty Walker and Tiziani are playing that high forward wing type role today.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned the height advantage that Albury have forward anyway, and then if Big Izzy's pushing forward, it's just another extra number. So they've certainly got a few big targets.
Second quarter about to get underway thanks to Jayco Albury-Wodonga. Ball tossed up in the middle by Mason Ring. Bit of a scramble. No one really wins it. Federico tackled off the ball. He's going to get the free kick, holding the man against Power. And Federico will get the first clearance to start this second quarter. Put him down for a 40-wing stat. It's a nice kick. Finds Knowles, who's trying to break forward on Muller. Breaks the 50. Knowles sets Salva home. Getting back Conlon. Saves a certain goal. And I reckon that's hit the post. That should be out of bounds.
I agree. It should be a boundary throw in by Leighton Hewitt.
Leighton.
Leighton.
Scam's caught on real quick.
Scam was all over that too. Hit the post. Laser eyes.
The Leighton Hewitt bit I was talking about.
As young Leighton's going to toss this one in now.
Monty's on now.
We'll go with it for the day. He won't mind. You're going to wear a hat backwards. You've got to cop a bit of a stick.
Oh, no.
And toss in. Should be brought back. Umpire says yes, please. Mason, well done.
Federico working pretty hard to get free around this stoppage as well. Pretty closely checked.
Is that Jake Page going with him?
Jakey Page with him.
This ball's going to get tossed in now. It's a bit of a better throw. Muller just takes it out of the ruck and gets a clearance for himself. Gets it on the boot, goes to half forward. Walker's there for the Tigers. He gets tackled straight away. Doesn't quite take the mark cleanly. And we'll get a ball up 60 metres away from the Wangaratta goals on the broadcast side. As Dane Porter now tries to give Federico a bit of space by going to Page. Goes that way towards Porter, but it goes past him. O'Keefe tackled straight away. And we've moved about 4 metres. No possessions, but we'll have another throw-up.
That rain seems to have stopped, Monty, so hopefully that's the last we see of it for the day, and the ground will dry out and we see a really good game of footy this last week. Or we've seen a good game so far. It'd be nice to get some dry weather footy for these teams to show some real speed on the ball.
And a fair bit still going off the ball here between Jake Page and Federico. It's right in front of us. We'll get another stoppage. This time it's going to be a throw-in. And this umpire's really let it rip. It doesn't go very far. It looked good out of the handball. We've been stooged, I reckon. We both thought that was a good one. There's not a lot going on here.
Oh, no.
He didn't have the footy.
My Lord.
Oh, Mason, you want to see that one again. And it's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Porter. Porter now told to play on. It's a nice kick, smart kick. Finds Knowles, who's starting to work Muller going the other way, I reckon, boys.
He just found some space of his own there, didn't he? That was clever.
And now he finds Juice on a nice short lead. Muller was trying to get back in the hole, and I reckon Juice ran straight past him and used him as a bit of a shepherd, and he'll go back and have a shot. He'll probably have a shot from right on the paint of the 50, Scam.
Yeah, Big Knowles composed there, the big ruckman, Bob. I know you're critical of the big rucks at times, but that was just a little dagger, little 15-minute little chiseler inside 50, and Juice his third mark inside 50.
Come on, man.
Don't deny it. Bob, don't deny it.
I'm not critical, I'm honest.
I don't reckon you like it. I just don't reckon you like it.
Different. I want them to get to know them better.
As Big Juice sets sail from 50. He likes it off the boot. There's Juice Newton. He's got it there. He celebrated a bit early because that was close on the line. But it's gone through for a steal line goal today. And there's a fair bit going on off the ball. But that's Juice's third. That's the Magpies' fifth, and they're 5-2, 32.
There's still a little bit of pushy, a bit argy-bargy, pushy, shovey sort of stuff. The old jumper pullers, out they come. All the jumper pullers catch you, get and rip the jumpers. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Honestly.
Jimmy Grills at the bottom of that. He looked like he was the first one in there.
Yeah, I think Juice might have given it to him on the way past after he kicked it, boys.
Juice has celebrated off the boot, and it's made it by a millimetre. So he backed himself.
I like the confidence of Juice today. I'm loving it.
There's something about the big fella. He's going to finish on a high.
He's on today. Ball's back in the middle. 11-point lead on the CMB truck and bus scoreboard. Federico gets the clearance, but it doesn't go very far. Pow now cuts it off, gives a handball sideways to Grills. Just outstretches him. Naish now gets him. He does. Gets hold of the footy. Free kick to Paddy Naish. Rolls around straight away. Gets confronted. Gets smothered now. Goes inside 50. Carroll. Handball to Kelly. To Duncan. Duncan for the Tigers goes sideways with a little kick. Finds McGrath. McGrath now goes to Carroll. Jeez, that's gut running there. He's covered 150 metres in about the space of 5 seconds, I reckon. Would have beat Usain Bolt at the last Olympics.
155 seconds.
The kick's now gone down the line. It's not a good one.
Even you're not
gone
that
out of
kick
bounds.
No, I think that would be a world record, Bob.
Nah, I'm giving it to him. That was quick.
And don't worry, Nash was just 2 steps behind him, so
Yep.
he was
quick too.
He was going as well. Dual world record there, Scamp. 2 blokes, 150 metres in 5 seconds.
Ball tossed in, Muller. He's starting to do this out of the ruck a bit now. Just gets it on the boot, gets it inside 50. Great ball from Tilly on Conlon. McGrath's there, front and centre again. Tackled straight away by Federico. And we'll have a ball up just inside the Albury Tigers 50. They're kicking to the city end in this second quarter, thanks to Jaco Albury Wodonga. Ball tossed up. No, right foot. Ball now. Just tosses around. Who's going to win it? It's going to be a scrap on the ground. No. It now falls the way of Hewitt. Hewitt gets it on the boot, high up and under. McGrath's there to punch it over the line for the Tigers, and we'll have a throw in 70 metres away from the Albury goal.
So McGrath's a typical left foot. The right foot's just.
I actually think I messed up my feet there. I think he kicked it on his right, and he's actually a right footer, and he didn't have a left foot, Bob. So like most right footers.
Yeah, the left foot's only for standing on. Yeah.
You don't really need an opposite foot if you're good enough on one.
Correct.
Should be able to be quick enough to find your way onto that foot, shouldn't you?
That's why I kick both feet.
As Gaynor now breaks the arc of the 50, sets Salva home. It's not a great kick from Jakey. Through for a minor score. Takes Albury to 3-4-22. The Magpies 5-2-32. 10-point lead on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And we've gone 6 minutes thanks to McDonald's.
The good sign for Albury at the moment is that all their players are contributing in some way, shape or form. Everyone's sort of stepping up to the mark here. That's a free kick. But yeah, all players are stepping up to the mark and helping out. So they haven't got any weak links at this stage today, Albury. They look like they're all switched on.
As Porter gets another free kick holding the ball. Smith, it's over his head. Pow, dispossessed but gets back on it first for the Tigers. At centre wing, Duncan, back to Pow. Pow just gets it on the boot and goes towards half forward. O'Hara just takes Barrett out of it and he's going to get the free kick. Is Cam Barrett for a hold against Braden O'Hara.
Powley's been busy early, Monty. He's been really working around and getting some loose ball and cheap ball and really trying to have some positive impact on the ball going forward.
As Grossman's got the free kick. I think the wrong man's got it, but anyway. Grossman, down the line. Muller, too big, too strong for Knowles. Just pushed him out of the way, takes the chest mark. Oh, it's a bit of a risky kick. And he can't pay that. Oh. He's dropped it, hasn't he?
A little shipping from the umpire as well.
Oh, bit stiff there was big Xavier Lavity. As Gaynor now gets called to play on. Goes sideways, goes towards Heiner Hennessy. He takes the big chest mark in front of Naish. Heiner Hennessy wants to go long across the ground. Gets to Gilmore in the middle of the ground. He wants to play on. He's got the running. Kelly doesn't give it to him. He goes inside 50, and he probably should have given it to the runner because he's turned it over, and Gosling takes a good mark in defence for the Magpies.
Horrible kick.
And not a great kick from Hunter. He had two men out there and didn't hit either of them.
He split them. I like what Albury are trying to do. They're trying to change lanes and get the ball out the other side, and I feel as though there should have been one more kick across the ground and change lane one more time and give, because all the space is in front of the scoreboard, and that's where the forwards, all forwards were looking to lead there, and he just cut back inside.
Or once he cut back inside, give it to the runner who takes 20 metres and then kicks it.
Correct, Mont. Correct.
As now there's a bit of fumbling around. Federico gets it on the boot for the Magpies. High up and under. O'Keefe's first there. It's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. We'll have another throw in, boys. Been plenty of them today, and there's going to be plenty more, I feel, in these sort of conditions.
I feel as though you're right, Monty. If there's no more rain, we might get a good second half in regards to dryness, but at this stage it's still a bit greasy, a little bit slippery on top.
As Marjanovic comes off limping, we'll just keep an eye on that one too, please, Bob.
Yep, we'll do.
Bit going on off the ball as O'Hara takes a tumble. Ball just gets fisted towards the line again. And we'll have another throw in. We've gone about 5 metres towards Albury's goal from the last one. It's very hard when it's just stoppage after stoppage, not a lot of clean play.
No. All the matchups seem to be what we expected at a quarter time. Scam mentioned the Page Federico matchup around the ball. It looks like he's got the job for the afternoon.
As Porter dove on it, just gives it a handle. As Kanar just falcons Hunter Gotchling with the kick off the ground. Hunter doesn't even flinch, but he's back into it, and we'll have a throw in exactly the same spot where the last one was 30 seconds earlier. This ball's going to get tossed in. Well, this young umpire gets a nice bit on that one. Gets nice and long. Knowles wins the tap. Coming through is Gaynor. Set upon straight away. Gets a handball out. Finds Carroll. Carroll gets the clearance down. Goes inside 50. He's looking for Tiziani. Well done, Tilly. Gets a fist on it. It's going to go out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in again, but this time in the forward pocket for the Albury Tigers.
Looking for a score here. We've been a bit quiet the last 3 or 4 minutes. Albury will be looking to hit the scoreboard and keep the pressure on Wangaratta here moving forward.
9.5 minutes gone on the McDonald's time clock. Toss in. McVeigh now in the ruck. Gets its ways. He's going to fumble around. Who's going to be the one that's clean? Again, dispossessed was Naish. Again, another kick that's off the ground. Probably could have been in danger. The umpire said no, it's a minor score for Conlon, and that takes the Tigers to 23, the Magpies 32 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Just the last 5 minutes, Cam. It's just been a bit scrappy. The sting's gone out of the game a little bit, stoppage after stoppage, thrown after throw in. So we're just a feeling it process, which usually happens in the second quarter a lot of the time.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Very even as the ball is spilled over the boundary line again for another boundary throw in, Mont.
This time 65 metres away from the Albury goal from that kick in. Just fisted over the line by McGrath. I've really been impressed by him today, young Charlie. I reckon he's standing up on a day that probably doesn't really suit his game. But it's good to see players just add more to what they can do at senior level. As here he is again, McGrath. Nice handball to Gaynor. Gaynor goes towards the pocket of a kick and Tiziani chops it off. It's not who it was meant for, but Tiziani takes the mark in the pocket for the Tigers and he'll go back. I reckon he'll snap this one and we'll see what he can do from about 20 metres out.
He's going to cross the body with the right foot, Monty.
Goes straight away to Lockie Tiziani. Loves it off the boot. There's big Tiz. That's a steal line goal today for the Tigers. And that's their fourth. They're 4-5-29. The Magpies 5-2-32 on the CMB truck and bus scoreboard. And we've gone 11 minutes thanks to McDonald's.
Spoken about conditions, boys, and how it doesn't favour the bigs, but little Jakey Gaynor, opportunity to have a bit of a day out in conditions like this today, and just read it off hands there beautifully, and then hit up Tiziani in the pocket with a little 20-metre pass bob.
Yeah, I think Monty hit the nail there. I don't think it was expected for Tiziani, but who it was expected for might have been Conlon, I think. But
I think it was Jeffy Garlett.
Jeffy Garlett was it? I think there was a 50-50 contest that one. I think so. Tiziani made the right decision. He's a bit of an opportunist type of player. So yeah, we saw him kick 3 or 4 goals there earlier in the season with about 4 or 5 touches. So he's that type of player that he only needs 6 or 7 touches and he's done some damage.
As the ball gets back, it's way back to the middle now. Not many supporters around, so they just got out the back and took a while to get back. It gets tossed up in the middle. McVeigh in the ruck from the Magpies. Give that tap to Muller. Caught with it, Stewart. He's going to be holding the footy. Yes, Big Isaac doing it everywhere now. Plays on straight away. Goes to Gaynor. Give him another 40-wing stat. Goes inside 50. It's not a great kick. Cut off by Norton with the new locks. And he's going to get it moving straight away and finds Clark on centre wing. Jackson plays on straight away. Finds Gottschling. Gottschling on the move now on that left boot. It's not a great kick. Out in front of Smith. A little bit too far out in front. And it's out of bounds for another throw in right on the intersection of the 50 and the boundary at the Magpies' end of the ground.
That's a couple of times Gottschling's chopped the ball up the last 2 or 3 minutes. Exiting 50 there a little while ago and then entering 50. They're important touches. If he's going to get the ball light, he needs to be cleaner than what he is at the moment.
He looks like a different role today, playing off half-back, normally a midfielder.
Tiziani there, isn't he?
The ball gets tossed in at half-forward. Great tap by Muller, but cut off by Porter for the Magpies. Tackled straight away. The umpire says, I'll have that back, please. And we'll have another repeat stoppage in exactly the same spot as where that boundary throw-in landed. Umpire ring, throws it up. Another tap by Muller. Just out into space this time to no real advantage. First on it's Laverty. Laverty now and gets its way to Federico. Around the body goes inside 50. Who's going to be clean? Juice comes charging through. Didn't have it. He's going to get a free kick. I agree with that one, Mason. Great decision.
Right in his range, Monty.
Yeah, right on his range here. He'll set sail from just inside the 50 arc. Juice on a slight angle. And he's going back for number 4.
This is a big half. Big Juice. He's leading from the front here. He's really taken the game by the scruff of the neck. And to have 4 goals... Well, potentially 4 goals in a half.
Putting the mods on him,
mate.
I
am.
You're doing a Robbie McKinley.
I am. But if anyone can, my man Juice can.
My man, wow, PLS won't like that.
No, he won't.
As Newton now from 48 metres likes it off the boot. He's got it there again. A bit of a wrestle on the goal line's helped it through. But it's Juice's 4th. He's flying today. He's putting his hand up for the Harvey Norman betting player of the day already in the first half. With 4 goals, it takes the Magpies to 6-2-38. The Albury Tigers 4-5-29 on the CMB truck and bus scoreboard, and we've gone 14 minutes thanks to McDonald's.
Yeah, Juice looks on today, doesn't he, boys? He's really presenting up the ground to his midfielders, and that time there was his power on the ball produced a little bit of panic from the Albury defenders and got the free kick. And that's three goals from near the 50-metre mark.
Yeah, he's been absolutely flushing them, Bob. Not only is he clunking them, but flushing the footy as well.
Just showing he probably still had another year left in him in the O&M, I reckon, as Walker's gone in the middle for the Tigers, gets tackled straight away. Hewitt for the Magpies now, sends it forward. Hollandine just fists it forward and finds another 20 metres. It finds that man, Juice. He just steps into a tackle and says, I'm happy for a ball up here, boys, because we are on top again. And that momentum's come our way.
Did Juice look like a little bit of a dip in the knee there? Was he looking for a high?
Oh, absolutely he was. Absolutely he was, Bobby.
He's 6'7", so he's got to go down a little bit lower than that to get a high free kick.
As Muller wins another tap, he'd be dominating that tap stat today. McGrath can't pick it up. We're going to have a throw-in just inside the 50 arc at the Wangaratta end of the ground. Of course, gone 15 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Plenty of time left in this quarter for Albury to swing that momentum back their way, but it's definitely gone the Magpies' way to start this second quarter. I was about to say, old Leighton's about to throw this one in.
He's come in a long way.
He's not confident at the moment, Leighton, but I reckon he's going all right. Leighton gets it in. Could have been a bit of grabbing going on, but it's going to be another ball up right on the arc of 50 here for the Wangaratta Magpies. Toss straight up. I like when the umpires are quick with it. Again, Muller wins it, but Hewitt gets it for the Magpies and gets it on the boot straight away inside 50. Conlon goes with one hand. Can't be clean. Juice is at ground level. I reckon he got a high one there. Keep an eye on that one. Going for it now is Clark and Byrne. Duncan's clean at ground level. Gives it to Gilmore. Back to Duncan. It's not a great kicking. Jackson Kelly goes, I've had enough of this. Let's have a minor score because we need this ball back without a lot of pressure. And that takes the Magpies to 39. And Albury are on 29. 10-point lead on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Great forward line pressure by the Wangaratta Magpies. That's a good indicator that a side's up for the battle today. And that was good. Good led by Juice. Juice a spoil and a tackle.
As Hewitt gets it back from the Magpies from the kick in, gets out the back towards Clark, bounces off his chest. Going to get it to Hollandine. Nice tap to Ellis. Ellis gets dispossessed. Clark's got his head over it. Probably got one high, but the umpire says play on. Gilmore comes with it. I reckon he's paid a 50-metre penalty for being sprayed there, the umpire. Free kick and a 50 straight away. So I don't think Jackson Clark was too happy because he probably deserved a free kick.
Dissent?
Yes, that's the one, I think, Bob. Yeah, it was against someone. I'm not going to put Jackson straight under the bus, but I might have been him. I think it might have been him.
You shoehorned him in front of a bus.
There you go. There's a bus. Get under it.
Yeah, all good. Well,
I'll tell you what, Hamish Gilmore's smart. He went in and grabbed that footy from 45 metres away to make sure he got the possession.
Doesn't him and Tiziani look very similar in stature from
Very.
a distance? Bette Midler from a distance. Oh,
as Gilmore just gets a high up and under. It's not a great kick. Tilly missed the spoil, but it falls away of Naish. Naish to Knowles. Knowles short to Marjanovic. He's back out there. He's got both calves strapped, boys. That's a bit weird. Don't say that too often. Marjanovic now goes short towards Porter. Takes a diving chest mark. Gets it onto the hands of Paddy Naish. Not his best kick. McMiniman comes through. Gets a fist on it. Hodgson now. Gets it to Byrne. Byrne for the Tigers at half-back. Gets a nice kick. It's touched off the boot. And Walker now plays on straight away and finds Hodgson in the middle of the ground. He goes straight away. Looking for King across half forward. Haven't called his name too often today. King now on that left foot. Goes inside 50. Conlon just shoved Bordignong out of the way. Bordignong got a hand on it and goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in at the Albury end of the ground, about 20 away from goals.
That kick from King had to be better. That had to be... there's so much space for Conlon to work into, and he's just plonked it on top of his head where Bordignong got a nice, easy spoil and got it out of bounds. So that needed to be better. They had so much space in that forward 50 for them to really capitalise on and get a score back.
Going to see it tossed in, 20 metres away. Conlon versus Knowles. Conlon uses the body well. Falls away of Tiziani around the body. Tiziani... No, minor score to Lockie Tiziani. Probably had a little bit more time again there, I thought, Tiziani.
They're the type of goals he kicks, though, Mont, isn't he? He's an opportunist at best, and he was flying off the pack there and across his body. 9 times out of 10, those type of players kick him, and he'd be disappointed with that finish.
Yeah, 100%. Probably 25 out in front, round the body, but he would be disappointed not to put that one through.
As it takes a 9-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies now on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Played on from fullback to Cam Barrett. And it's been fisted over the line for a throw-in. We've gone on nearly 19 minutes thanks to McDonald's here in the second quarter, thanks to Jayco Albury Wodonga. What are some of the team stats saying on the 40-wing stat sheets, boys?
Wang have turned the clearance battle around. They're +2 this quarter to pretty well even that battle up. probably been reflected on play a little bit. I'd say they've dominated this quarter a little bit more than Albury.
There's another clearance to him there to Federico. Just kicks it along the ground. McMiniman's there for the Tigers, but well done. Clark gets it off the ground, and it's been paid a mark to Hollandine playing in front. That's Fraser Hollandine. Sets sail towards 50 towards McVeigh. Oh, he gets back there and gets a hand on it. Clark just gets it off the ground. And he's been legged. He's going to get a free kick here, Jackson Clark, against Lucas Conlon. Stiff in conditions like this, but it's a free kick. They're going to reset quickly here, the Tigers, because there's a few Magpies floating around who look like they're going to be dangerous.
So was that a below-the-knees free kick?
I think he came in to smother and he took his legs from under him. As Clark now plays on. Well done, Walker gets back to help. Juice, our man Juice. If anyone can kick it from there, Juice can. But he can't on this occasion. Through for a minor score. He's running hot. He thought he'd just have a snap from anywhere. And that's his first blemish to go with his 4 goals. It takes the Magpies to 40. The Tigers are on 30. 10-point lead thanks to CMB Truck and Bus.
He's everywhere at the moment, Juice, isn't he? He's snapping across the body. He's tackling and spoiling in a defensive role in the forward line. He's everywhere at the moment.
As Tilly missed another spoil there. He's not everywhere. As now Bordignon goes inside 50, cut off by Heiner Hennessy. Cross half back for the Tigers. He's going to set him up again here. Looking for McMiniman on the far side. Had to do the spoiling because Clark had chopped it off. McMiniman again goes towards Ben Kelly. Fumbles it. But that man Carroll doesn't. He's clean every single time he goes near it. Goes inside 50 now looking for Tiziani. A couple have come back to help and I think one of them's hurt and it's Tilly. The ball now gets kicked out by the Magpies and it finds its way to Paddy Naish. Naish quickly onto McVeigh on true centre wing on the far side. McVeigh looking for an option in the middle. No one there, so he's like, let's get moving down the line and defend with the footy. McVeigh rolls around, heads towards half forward. And the only man out the back who wanted it was Ellis. Drops off his chest and now it's at half forward with Federico going off the ground. Smith tackled straight away. Carried on with that tackle a bit there. And yes, he's going to get the free kick is Jesse. Right in front of the cam bar. And I reckon they're letting young Gilmore know about that one because he just carried on a little bit too far, Bob.
I think he went too far there. You need to be aware of when the ball got spilled out. And sometimes when you're tackling, you focus on tackling, you lose sight of where the ball is. This is Jesse's spot here. I've seen him kick goals here in the last couple of times I've been here. So this is... the distance might test him with a heavy ball. So I've just edged my bets there, haven't I?
Game 150 for Smith. Does the team thing. Just goes to the top of the goal square. Flying Juice. Touched through by Muller for a minor score. Takes the Magpies to 41. Albury on 30. 11-point lead on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard.
I'm thinking it'll be a 27-minute quarter. Just a little bit of stop-start, So we're looking at it at 7 minutes of overtime here, I think.
As Byrne for the Tigers gets moving, looking for Walker. Good hands on a day like today. Gets it to the running page straight away. Gets it on the boot. It's not a great kick. King comes out to meet it. Who's dispossessed by Gotchling. Barrett for the Magpies is clean, and he just gets over the head of Paddy Naish. And it's out of bounds for another throw-in.
I know it sounds silly, but where King was coming at the ball there would have been almost better for him to run past the ball and let the ball keep going forward because that ball was skidding forward. It would have went forward another 15, 20 metres. And what he did was he stopped the flow of the ball and pushed it back to where it almost come from. So almost running past the ball and not actually touching it might have been a benefit there, Scammer.
Ball gets tossed in on true centre wing and Muller wins that tap, but it's going to go straight back where it come from. And we'll have another throw in on true centre wing on the River side.
3 goals this quarter might be quiet.
Been very quiet, hasn't it? And it's all going Wangaratta's way, I feel, at the moment. They're just on top. I think the momentum's definitely swung again. So umpire gets that toss in again. Muller's first there. Just goes to ground. Marjanovic does a great job. Handballs it to Knowles. Knowles then on the boot towards half forward. Hodgson's the first there for the Tigers, but doesn't quite take it cleanly. And we're going to have another throw in. This time about 55 away from the Wangaratta goals.
I liked his game behind the footy, Hodgson. He's starting to sort of control the game a little bit and get his defensive side of the game, and that's dragging him into the game offensively as well. So he's starting to get a couple of touches. He's actually playing loose beyond the ball now.
Well, one of many out of the Montgomery Footy Factory at Lavey Thirds. Okay. As it's tossed in, it's going to be a free kick go either way of Knowles out of the ruck contest. A bit stiff there because they played on and the mark was taken by Clark. So the ball comes back to McVeigh. McVeigh goes to the top of the goal square. Looking for Juice. He's been hot today. Why not go to him? But it gets out the back to Conlon. Conlon sends it forward, but there's 4 Magpies and not one Albury player in the half. As Norton just steps around Tiziani a little bit too easy there. Nice kick towards Knowles. Well done, McGrath wins that one. Oh, and a nice little step too. And then a bounce on a day like today. I like the confidence of the kid. McGrath goes to centre half forward, looking for Garlett. Well done there by the Magpies. Hewitt's there, gets front and centre, gets tackled straight away by O'Hara, and we'll have a ball up at the top of the 50 at the Albury end of the ground.
I can see what he's trying to do there, McGrath, but I would have liked him to maybe kick deep to the pocket and maybe get a reset further deeper or turn it into a foot race.
Yeah, even to grass, Bob, on a wet day.
Absolutely. As Walker gets the clearance around the body, sets Salva home. It's going to go through for a minor score. Takes Albury to 4-7-31. The Magpies 6-5-41 on the CMB truck and bus scoreboard. And we've gone 24 and a half minutes on the McDonald's time clock.
They need a turnover here, Albury. And one more goal before half-time would give them plenty of confidence going into the second half. I think they've played good enough footy to be that close.
Kick down the line from Boarding-Yong. Looking for an option. Punched by Gilmore, and we're going to have a throw-in. Just give us a few of those 40-wing stats, please, boys. See what they're telling us about today.
Just a bit of individual stuff. Alex Federico's had the 6 touches this quarter. Jackson Clark's had the 5. Also, Paddy Nash has had 5 for the Wangaratta boys.
Fletch Carroll up to 14 for the game, and Jakey Gaynor's at 12.
And that's Liam Scammell and Bob Jackson, thanks to Elite Building and Construction. Ball just fumbling around at half forward for the Tigers. Gaynor clean again at ground level. Gets dispossessed. Coming through is King. King on that left boot. It's a beautiful kick to the top of the goal square, but only one man back there. And it's Tilly for the Magpies.
He had the right idea there, King, trying to go fat side to a bit of space, but just no one home for Albury.
Just seem to get a lot of numbers behind the footy at the right time, the Magpies, don't they? They're set up really well. Structurally sound, especially when this man...
He's got the barrel.
Back. And that's Michael Boarding-Yong gets the barrel and hits a target on the chest. Clark takes the chest mark. Just defensive side of centre wing now. Near side, commentary side. Down the line to half forward goes to Laverty. Should have taken that, had no opponent, but just went through the hands. Now it's Jesse Smith, just kicks it along the ground. McMiniman does well, just gets a fist towards the boundary, and we'll have a throw in inside 50 for the Wangaratta Magpies.
Albury want to shut this down. Defensively, they'll get players behind the numbers.
They've worked hard to keep this sort of 10-point margin, Bob. They don't want to give up a late one here.
Looks like Knowlesy's wore one on the chin bar. Looks for that last marking contest. Is it Knowles?
Yeah, it is Knowlesy, yep. There's the ball now. Muller wins another tap, but it's just going to roll over the boundary line and have another throw in, this time about 20 metres close to the Albury goals. And there's still a lot going on between Page and Federico off the ball. I think it's going to happen all day today.
Yeah. Tag
us. It's tossed in. Muller wins that one again. Pow. Coming through at pace. Gets tackled straight away, so just gives a handball and it goes to the centre of the ground. Charlie Nash is first there. Handball puts Norton under pressure, but he gets a handball out to Gotchling. Gotchling now to Hewitt. Harry Hewitt gets moving and he goes to the centre of the 50. It's going to get it. Oh, well read by Hodgson. Did a lot there. He lost his footing, but did well. Coming through, Juice has tackled Kelly. Kelly's in a bit of trouble here. Ping holding the footy. Juice Newton, this is what we love to see from the key forwards. Tackle pressure, and he's going to go back to 5.5.
5.5. Oh, 5.5. I think said 5.5.
5.5. In a half.
Sorry, mate.
You're right, mate.
I thought that was a bit funny, but I just I think the free kick might have been for lack of intent to try and get rid of it instead of...
I think he might have caught one in the guts and he went to ground like he was a bit sore.
Looks like he's a bit winded, doesn't he?
So I reckon that's what's happened there.
Juice for 5.5, Scam, not 5.5.
On fire, the big fella. And to be fair, this is probably the easiest look he's had.
Not always the best ones for Juice. He likes them a bit further out as he gets moving now from 30 metres. He loves it off the boot, and so do his teammates. Steal on goal at 8 of Juice. That's 5. He's got a handful and a half of footy, and he's flying. And so are the Magpies. They're 7-5-47. Albury Tigers 4-7-31 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Late in the quarter, Mont, we're just sort of saying that Albury needed to try and hang on there and sort of hang on to that 10-point margin going into the half. Wang had probably looked likely, Bob, that they were going to, to sneak another one in, and they have.
And again, taking advantage of their opportunities in the forward 50 Scam, I just feel as though they've let too many slip. Even if they score 1 out of 3 when they went in there, they just couldn't quite get that goal across the line, could they?
Muller go at it again. Marjanovic for the Magpies. Finds his way to McVeigh. Now it's Nash. Gets a handball to Hewitt, who just wants to get distance and get it inside 50, which he does. Gilmore's there, gets tackled straight away, gets a handball to Duncan. Duncan for the Tigers now running. He's found an option. It's Cole behind a Hennessy. There's numbers inside 50. Needs to find a target. He does. He finds Tiziani. Tilly fell over. Tiziani kept his feet. And it was a beautiful kick from Heine Hennessy.
It was. It was probably the better option in the end, Scam, because all the attention was going to Jeffy Gullah, who's heading by himself to space out towards the scoreboard. And once they change angles and come back to the centre corridor, that's where Tiziana found the space.
Spot on, mate. And Heiner Hennessy is playing up on a wing today as well. The biggest sort of marking target, which they found out there, found a bit of space and has hit up Tiziani to have a look.
Must kick.
Lockie Tiziani. They need this one, the Tigers, for his second of the quarter. He didn't like it off the boot. It's gone through for a minor score. They desperately needed that one so late in the quarter. And now that takes the Tigers to 4-8-32. The Magpies 7-5-47 on the CMB truck and bus. And we've gone nearly 30 minutes on the McDonald's time clock.
Yeah, that was a must-kick goal. That would have brought the margin back to 10 points at the half-time break. I assume it's not too far away, but hopefully that's not going to be a kick that they rue later on in the game.
Long and strong from Barrett from fullback. It's going to go out of bounds again. We've seen that a lot with the Albury Tigers. When they've scored a point, there's been a long kick in, and then we've seen a boundary throw in that far side, Bob.
Okay, well, it's that type of day with a lot of boundary throw-ins. Okay, but yeah, they must get inside 50 as quick as they possibly can. Isaac Muller needs to influence this contest really quickly.
King gets caught with the footy, but the umpire says no, didn't have any prior. We'll throw that one up. It hasn't moved. We're still 55 away from the Albury goals. 30.5 minutes gone in the second quarter, which is brought to you by Jaco Wangaratta. Clearance to Wangaratta. Quick on the boot. Gilmore chopped it off. Hodgson tries to run it through a tackle, and he does. Gets a handball now to Gilmore. Gilmore's gone inside 50 towards Walker. Well read there by Boarding Young. No, it was Grossman. Coming through. It's going to be a ball up. They need to kick one from here, I reckon, the Tigers, just to break that momentum. Get it back to within 2 goals.
There was their opportunity there, Monty. Ball on the deck.
Tossed up, coming through Tiziani, tackled. He's going to get pinged.
Oh,
he's sling.
In the back.
Oh, my Lord.
Boys.
Wow.
We all had a guess each, and we all got it wrong.
It's going to be a free kick to Tiziani. He's a little bit closer than the last time. He'll have a shot from about 25 straight in front. To say they need this one's an understatement.
Yeah, hit the contest at pace, though, to be fair to Tiziani, and in the wet and was able to take possession.
I was happy for that one to just be a ball up, in my opinion.
Well, that was that was probably the decision, Monty. But
and 50, so
50. Someone hasn't agreed. Yeah.
Guaranteed goal. That'll be second for Lockie Tiziani. He'll kick it from the goal line. He's had a big quarter, Lockie. He's kicked 2-2. Could have had an even bigger quarter. He's going to put this one through, no doubt about it, from here. Lockie Tiziani and the Albury Tigers get around him. That's his second. And one the Albury Tigers desperately needed right on the stroke of half-time. And the one I don't reckon Ben Reid will be too happy with, because it was a bit of a lazy one. Gave away the free kick at the stoppage and then a 50-metre penalty. When a guy's off a little bit, it can play in his head. And even though he's only 25 out, to get him to the goal line will kill Ben Reid, I reckon.
Particularly when he missed one from a little bit further out the same sort of line, that he would have had half a thought that he may do the same thing, but to get it dragged back to the goal line makes it a little bit. He wouldn't be happy with ill discipline. I wouldn't have thought, Benny, but much needed goal by Albury, and that gets them back to 9 points. On the stroke of half time.
And so that's 47-38 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. 32.5 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. Ball now fumbling around, still in the centre square. Hewitt's there for the Magpies. Dragged off it by Powell. Porter's there on hands and knees, as he has done for his 350-odd games, I reckon he's played now.
Long quarter, boys.
Very long. Do you reckon they've fallen asleep in the timekeeper's box? Ball gets tossed up. Muller wins it.
Travis Cartwright seems to think.
Will O'Keefe just kicks it and gets it inside 50. Gilmore's there for the Tigers. He goes short to Kelly. That's Jackson. He plays on straight away. He ran straight at Nash then. I don't know if he knew what he was doing, Jackson. But he gave a handball in the end to Gilmore. He goes down the line. Gets out the bat to Conlon. Conlon probably could have been a high fend, but the umpire says we'll throw it in.
Jeez, he's nearly thrown one as a fend off there, boys.
He probably could have got a free kick there.
If I'm a small, I'm just breaking through this stoppage at pace if I'm playing for Auburn and trying to just have a shot from 55, I reckon. See what happens, because there's a couple of numbers around.
Jackie Gaynor or Powell here.
So Hewitt, that's Leighton, throws it in. Now Muller just kicks it off the ground. There's the siren to end the second quarter. It was a big quarter for the Magpies, but one late to the Tigers, got them back in it. And that's a 9-point lead at half-time. We'll be back with all the half-time action after this break, and we'll dissect the first half of a big game of footy that's got Albury's season on the line. And you're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
And welcome back to the Norm Minns Oval for O&M Live halftime show brought to you by McDonald's. And we're seeing a very, very good game in conditions that have definitely improved in that second quarter. And the scoreboard reads 7-5-47 to the Wangaratta Magpies. They've got a 9-point buffer against the Albury Tigers, who are 5-8-38. And I'm joined for halftime by Liam Scammell on debut, who's been fantastic in the first half of footy. And he's definitely eclipsed you, Bobby, anyway. And Bobby Jackson, who's here. Boys, what have we seen? What are the stats saying? Who are our goal kickers? Let's go.
Well, I'll kick it off, Scam. I'll go through the goal kicks. For Albury, we've got Lockie Tiziani with a 2 in that quarter. We've got Elliot Powell with 1 and Jimmy Grills with 1, and also Charlie McGrath with the 1. For the Wangaratta Magpies, a standout Juice Newton with 5, and singles to Liam McVie and Jesse Smith. I feel as though, Scam, it's a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment, where both teams have seen to have periods of play where they've controlled it and not so much dominated, but just more of a control. The play with around the stoppages and the stoppages, the stats would probably support that to a certain degree. Where Isaac Muller has controlled the stoppage, the taps, but not so much the stoppages, and therefore that Wangaratta have been able to control the footy around the stoppages themselves.
Yeah, you're spot on, mate. A lot of boundary throw-ins, and Isaac absolutely starting up in the hit-outs, but it hasn't quite been reflected with the clearances, with Wangaratta being +4 on the clearance side of things, and that's led to +4 inside 50s as well. And you mentioned how dangerous Juice has been, and he's probably been the beneficiary up forward of being able to clunk a few with the delivery that he's had. And to be fair, on a wet day, the delivery's been pretty good.
Certainly has. I'm just sort of doing the inside 50s. Is that 22 to 18 on our stats? It is
22-18.
So 22 to 18 to 12. There's 12 shots on goal to 13. And I feel as though, just looking at the stats there, Albury a little bit wasteful. 2 goals, 5 in that quarter, where they could have, if they had gone a little bit more accurate, the scoreboard would be a little bit closer, if not in their favour. But I certainly liked the way that Wangaratta were controlling the ball, controlled the footy with Federico, who's had his 12 touches, and Jackson Clark's starting to inject himself as well. He's had 11, and Paddy Nash is just injecting himself what he needed to be. He's a bit more defensive-minded today and stopped the ball. But I'm intrigued by the way Big Knowles is going away from the stoppages against Big Izzy, and he's played a decent sort of a game of footy. And down back, Michael Bordington is doing a great job on Conlon in that back 50 for the Wangaratta Magpies. And as soon as that ball hits the deck, they're back there in numbers, helping out as much as they can. What are you seeing from the Albury side?
Well, just quickly there, you mentioned Federico with 12 touches to half-time, and we commented on the close checking from Jake Page, who's done a few jobs throughout the year, probably most notably on Tim Broomhead, where I think Page was best on ground on Anzac Day. But Federico still fighting his way through that tag with 12 touches at half-time. I think he averages about 24 a game, so still finding the way to impact. On the Albury side of things, touch-wise, Fletcher Carroll leading the way with 14. Jakey Gaynor's got 12. I've got Jackson Kelly on 7. And Charlie McGrath, who had a big first quarter, probably slowed a little bit in the second.
A little bit, yeah.
With 10 touches. But yeah, probably Lockie Tiziani with a couple of goals there was probably the player for Albury in that quarter.
He's that spark down forward, isn't he, really, and the Wangaratta, they've got to be careful. If he gets 3 or 4 more genuine touches, he had 3 late there in that quarter and kicked the 2 goals. So he's a player that they'd want to keep one eye on and close checking. The young Hunter Gosling, it was spent some time on him, but he's handed him over to young Hodgson as well. So they've spent some time on him, and not Broden Hodgson, sorry, they're on the same team. But you know what I'm saying? They've got they've got to pay some attention to him, because he could blow the game out if allowed to.
Yeah, he's that nice sort of medium-sized Tiziani, where he's sort of big enough to take the mark, but he's still good below his knees, which is important on a wet day like this. And yeah, he's got a couple of different avenues to goal, so yeah, he's had a good quarter. Look, Albury hanging in there, but it's been a bit of an arm wrestle, Bob, hasn't it?
Well, it certainly has, and I'll ask you to put the Albury coach's hat on, because you are related to him, and I'll put the Wangaratta coach's hat on. And what would you be saying to the boys if you were Snipper right about now?
Well, it's obviously been a little bit of a messy game, and conditions, impact that. Wang's probably just been a little bit more composed with their ball use, particularly going inside 50. It's probably just been a little bit blasted inside 50 at times for Albury, where Juice Newton's sort of been the beneficiary at the other end. So for Albury standpoint, as tough as it is in the wet, probably just a little bit cleaner by foot going inside 50. They've used it nicely through the middle of the ground. They've looked to open it up and go to the fat side, Bob, but I'd just say that last little delivery inside 50 to make it a little bit easier for Tiziani and the others down forward, Walker.
Yeah, as far as Benny Reid's concerned, I think I like the way they're going about it defensively. I think they just got to tighten up around the stoppage a little bit and make sure that they don't get clean, easy footy away, because there's a few times there we've noticed that Albury on-ballers have rolling the dice and hitting the contest at speed and see if they can back themselves in to get the touch off Big Izzy. So I'd be touching on the defensive setup around the stoppages a little bit, and I'd be looking to get that ball inside 50 a lot quicker to give Big Juice the chop out, the best exposure he can to the footy, because he's on today, the big fella. So I'll be pumping the ball down his throat as much as we possibly can.
Did we see if Big Knowles came back? He copped a bit of a knock there. And
that was right on half time, mate. So I reckon they've taken him to stitch him up. But what we might do, Scam, is we might go around the ground for Wang Mazza right about now and just check on the games around the league at the moment and see where that's all placed. The Wodonga Raiders and Korowa game. Wodonga Raiders 4-5-29 to 2-4-16 Korowa. They're in front by 13 points there. Myrtleford versus Wangaratta Rovers. The Rovers are in front. They're 8-5-53 to 3-2-20. Myrtleford up there.
That's what we wanted to see, wasn't it, from the Wang Rovers?
Yes.
We wanted to see them put a side away.
Certainly, up at the McNamara Reserve there. Yeah, the Yarrawonga North Albury clash. Yarrawonga 9-4-58 to North Albury 5-2-32, and the Wodonga Lavington clash at Martin Park is Wodonga. Nice 10-4-64 to 3-2-20. They're putting a score on the board there, so that's a very substantial lead and almost lights out for Albury Football Club as we speak. So that'll be interesting to watch that pan out for the rest of the day, Monty.
It makes today a must-win then, Bob, doesn't it, for Albury?
Well,
if Wodonga gets that.
I think if Wodonga win, they're done, aren't they, Monty? You're just having a quick look at the ladder there. Now, I think that might be curtains from Scam. Am I wrong there?
Nah, next week. It'd come down to next week.
The percentage, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
which Albury have a better percentage right now, but Wodonga obviously pick up percentage if they have a big win. Yep. But, it'll all come down to next week, which is what we want, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. So that's where we sit at the moment. All set for a big second half here, Monty, and we're looking forward to. I don't think there's any more rain coming, but now that I've said that, the rain
is going to pour, isn't it?
Going to absolutely roll in and turn into a quagmire. But it'll be nice to see the deck dry out a little bit and get see some of these classy players go about their business. So that's where we sort of sit right now, mate.
How are we seeing the battle between Federico and Page?
You've kept a close eye on that.
Yeah, I have, boys. It's pretty even contest, to be fair. What we say, 12 touches for Federico. He's really been trying to fight hard through that tag and been pretty well supported by his other mids, giving him a little chop out at stoppages, etc. He's a tough matchup, that Jakey Page. He's sort of that nice balance. Like, he's a good runner. He'll go all day, but he's also, got that strength and, he cracks in as well.
He hasn't tested him on the outside, Federico. He's done all his work in tight and in close, where Page has sort of kept a bit of a check on him. And as far as disposals, I don't think Federico's really hurt the Albury Tigers in regards to that. So I'd probably like to see Alex get out and test the engine, I suppose, or get out on the run and see how Jacob goes with that. And
he'll be fine with that. He's one of the best runners, I reckon, in the league.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to...
What about?
I'm trying to get him a kick. That's what I'm trying to do.
Is there a move they need to maybe pull with Conlon on Newton? Is it Gilmore maybe needs to go back there and play last line and try and... Or is it the supply up the field, do you think? Because he's beat him a couple of times one-on-one, but yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were leading towards the other Conlon at the other end where they can chop and change that forward line.
Yeah, more looking at Lucas Conlon down on Newton. He's kicked 5.5 a footy. I know the supply hasn't been too bad for the Juice, but it's a massive start, isn't it?
He's a big boy, isn't he? Ben Kelly's played some footy down back as well, hasn't he?
I don't think he's quick enough.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find that matchup pound for pound. I just don't think Hamish Gilmore's big enough to go with Juice in regards to if they decide to get into a wrestle. But I think just back him in, mate. He's been a quality defender for a long, long period of time. I think you need to back in your superstar and say, right, we need a lift out of you. And I think he's the type of player that'll lift to the challenge.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bob. I think the delivery's just been so good inside 50, and he's just found himself, sort of 5 metres clear on the lead. Big Juice.
Delivery's been pretty good.
It's been great, especially considering the wet conditions.
And he had one of those free kicks from a holding the ball decision as well. So it hasn't always been against Lucas Conlon.
Yeah, true.
But apart from that, what else can we see? The moves that Snip and Sean will be pulling. Because they've got to win this. They can't afford to drop this one. You would have thought if Lavington were tight at half time, it's probably one you couldn't afford to lose, and then next week doesn't matter as much and all that. But if they lose today, it's basically curtains, isn't it? So, because I think we're going to have a pretty light one next week, so it's going to make it tough.
Do you do something like put a Bryden Hodgson on the ball and throw Powell behind the footy and get some speed and rebound behind the footy and get him delivering the ball inside 50, or do you push it? Do you let Jacob Page, because he played on Timmy Broomhead and Broomhead took him forward. Is there jokers in the pack for Albury to say, right, there's Snipper just goes, right, this is the matchup that we're going to rely on here, or this is the matchup we're going to throw that's going to help us go forward. So, a different look down forward maybe. I don't know, mate.
You mentioned Hodgson there. He's got that great big strong body type that can certainly impact in and around the stoppages, and there are a lot today. The challenge for him, he obviously hasn't played a lot of footy with his first game back last week, and I think he only played sort of limited game time last week as well. So, if you throw him on ball, can he run out the game? But, 10 points down, season on the line, you sort of do want to do something.
Yeah, well, as Monty said, you want to win the game. So, if you get him in there for a quarter and he gets you back in the game and in front by 3/4 time, is that class as a winning move? Do we push someone outside to give us some run outside and give us cleaner ball inside 50? Do we bring Conlon further up the ground and put, say, a McGrath deep forward who's a or a Heine Hennessy deep forward and say, right, give them a different look, give them else something to think about, particularly if it dries out a little bit, the ball becomes a little bit sticky. You just got to give them different looks. You can't just go through the motions and say, right, well, we'll peg them back. Well, you may not peg them back. You may lose by 9 points at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, that's our halftime show done and dusted. Thanks to McDonald's. We'll be back with all the third quarter action after this break on O&M Live, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear. What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome back to the Norm Minns Oval, where we're about to get underway for the third quarter. Been a great start to this game, a great first half. It's a 9-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies at half-time. I'm Scott Montgomery for Wangaratta Motor Group. Beside me are Bobby Jackson and Liam Scammell, all thanks to Elite Building and Construction. And this third quarter is all thanks to Albury Wodonga MG. We're about to get underway as Laverty in the ruck. That might mean Knowles is not out there, boys. Keep an eye on that. One by Muller is that tap. Gaynor gets a kick inside 50 towards Pow. Pow shimmies and shakes. Goes around the corner. Probably caught one high, but number says play on. King's there. Gets it on his left boot. It's in a dangerous position. Tiziani can't quite take it. Norton's happy to just take that one over. And it's going to be a throw-in in the forward pocket at the Albury Tigers end as they're kicking to the clubroom end.
Yeah, Big Knowles hasn't showed, Monty, so he's either out with a bit more of a substantial injury than we think, or he's actually getting stitched up or taped up. So we'll just keep a bit of an eye on that as he walks past us here in the commentary box.
Ball gets tossed in now. Conlon, strong, just gets a handball on it. King's there for the Tigers. Tackled straight away by Borniong. Umpire's going to throw this one up. Another repeat stoppage. We're moved about 3 metres, more central to the middle of the ground.
We're looking for changes at halftime, Monty, with matchups and setups, and guess what we've got?
Couple of changes.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Ball tap one by Laverty. Gaynor's there. Gets collared by Bordignon. Laverty, sorry. Gets a fist. Charlie Nash then gets another fist and it falls the way of Gotchling, who just throws it on the boot quickly. Bounces in front of Gilmore and we'll have a throw in right in front of our commentary producer. And you threw me then, Bobby. I thought you were going to go with something good. That there was a few changes.
That's why we're in the commentary box.
Absolutely nothing.
That's why we're in the commentary box, Scam, not coaching box.
We're going to get a good look at our man Leighton Hewitt here too, boys, right in front of us. Will we get a come on today out there?
I will when he throws a good one. There you go.
That's the voice of Liam Scammell. Thanks to Elite Building and Construction. Jake Page can't be clean. Falls away now of Dane Porter. Handball to Federico. Oh, it's behind him. He drops it. Duncan's clean but gets dispossessed by O'Keefe. Harry Hewitt just goes stuff this and gets it on the boot and goes 50 metres inside 50. Goes towards Juice Newton, but over the top was Lucas Conlon. And we'll have another throw in, this time inside 50 at the Wangaratta end of the ground.
Which is a little bit, I suppose it's 9 points. You don't want to hit the panic button too early, but you wouldn't mind just catching your opponent off guard after a break. Scan by just saying, oh, geez, we better have a look at it. Oh, they're on again. Page and Federico.
I think there's a bit of blocking going on. He was trying to get around the block, and there's a lot going on, isn't there?
Yep. And he's got the swap. He's got the block he needed.
As Muller wins that tab again, Gaynor comes through. Oh, well done, Carroll. Just gets it around the body, and it's going to be another throw in, boys. And it's going to be about 60 metres away.
Yeah, deliberate out of bounds that at AFL level. I reckon.
Insufficient intent, isn't it?
Insufficient intent.
Don't bring that up, mate. I brought that up round one and got shot down by about 15 commentators. And
we're not playing AFL boys. We're in the O&M. All right. You watch too much TV, you used to. Okay, and there's a lot more going on now. That should be a free kick. It's got to be. And it's against Page. It's going to go the way of Paddy Nash. And he's going to send the Magpies inside 50. Goes short to O'Keefe. I don't think he can kick it from here. O'Keefe is just inside the 50 near the boundary line. He goes central, looking for Juice. It's over his head. It's fallen into Muller's hands, but it's come off hands. And the umpire said, play on. He's looking for King. Well done, Smart. Use the hands perfectly to protect the ball. That's Harry Smart now. At half forward, about 60 away from goal.
Kick it to Juice.
Goes towards Juice, coming through. No, well, we're read by Byrne for the Tigers. As Juice just went over again. That's another one. That's number 2. We should keep count for the times that he flops on the ground, Juice, but I like it. He tries to ping him, and sometimes he gets him. As now the Tigers go through Muller to Kelly. They're still in defensive 50. Jackson Kelly is going to go long down the grind. Goes to Heiner Hennessy. Nearly takes that. The only man left standing in that contest was Walker. Goes with a handball along the ground, but Harry Hewitt cuts it off for the Magpies. Bryden Hodgson's there for the Tigers. Should have just taken that one out, but it stayed in. Smith gets the kick, and Walker's going to do the smart thing and just take it over the line. No, he's going to get a free kick now. Matty Walker against Matty Grossman. Right in front of the benches here.
He played that well then.
Smart. As I think Mason Ring's telling the player to stand, and he's off the ground. He's come from the bench, so I don't know how he's supposed to do that. Anyway, Muller gets it, bounces off his chest. Just toe poked by O'Hara, picked up by Conlon, and it's gone out of bounds for another throw-in.
Been a scrappy start the second half, Mont, hasn't it really? We're hoping and praying for some clean footy, but really it's just gone further and further into the trenches. So.
Gone 4.5 minutes on the McDonald's time clock, and the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard has not changed. 9-point lead to the Magpies. As Muller wins another tap, doesn't go anywhere. Lavity's on top of it. Gaynard just goes in and burrows in and gets it out. Goes inside 50 now for the Tigers. Charlie Naish just kicks it towards the boundary sideways, and it's going to find some grass and bounce.
Good decision, little fella. Good decision. Just took a little bit of the chalk. Everyone's
definitely bounce. I don't know what these Albury boys are worrying about. Just trust yourself, buddy, and he has, and we're going to have to see the throw in.
Good decision, little fella.
As now it looks like Federico's trying to go to Gaynard at stoppages, boys. We might keep an eye on that one too.
Merry-go-round.
As Muller wins that tap again. A lot of bodies flying around at this contest. And we'll have another stoppage in exactly the same spot.
Heiner Hennessy just dropped off the back here. Got an extra number for Albury at this stoppage.
It looks like it's Paddy Naish, maybe the Albury one, and there he is. Paddy Naish goes, doesn't quite pick it up cleanly. Carroll tackled. O'Hara's just like, I've had enough of this, and it's flinged it over the boundary.
That's about what do you reckon that one would have been? I think that's delivered as it gets, boys.
I think in the AFL it might have been. There's still a lot going on off the ball. I like it when it's a bit rough and tumble on a day like today. There's Lavity versus Muller. Muller wins that one. Off the ground goes Carroll. Naish. Just well done by O'Hara. Just snapped that one out of the air. Gets it around the body. Tiziani goes off the ground. It's smothered. Now it's gone to the boundary line. Tapped deliberately, but will you see a throw in? I don't mind that one. Smart play there.
Silly question, Monty. Is there such a rule as deliberate now and then?
There is still the deliberate rule, but you just don't see it paid anymore, do you?
Oh, I'm asking you the question. I haven't seen it paid this year.
Well, Mason Ring normally picks one out, but he hasn't today, which I like. And we'll have a repeat stoppage in exactly the same spot. 20 metres out. Pretty well straight in front of the Albury Tigers goal.
Watch someone at speed at the stoppage here, Scamp.
Tossed up. Conlon doing the ruck work now. Wanted to take it out, but gets taken out of his hands. Norton tried to go through the pack, and he did. He's been pinged holding the footy. And it's going to be a free kick to Matty Walker. Straight in front, 30 metres out, and he should be no issue. There's a fair bit going off the ball still.
They want to be careful here, the Albury boys. They can't afford to give this one away.
You've nailed it there, Scam. How many times have you seen that happen?
And Jake Page is the one that's been wrestling all day, and he was the one going in there trying to split them up, saying, no, boys, we've had a shot on goal. Let's just break this one up. And Matty Walker, for his first of the day, puts it on its way, likes it off the boot, loves it. A bit of a jumper tug too for a steal line goal today to Matty Walker. That's his first. It brings the scoreboard back to 3 points. Albury 6-8-44. The Magpies 7-5-47. Thanks to Paulie's Corner Cafe, and we've gone 7.5 minutes on the McDonald's time clock.
You love seeing a bit of emotion like that by Matty. And you do whatever you can to get a bit out of your teammates. If it's 10% with just a bit of a jumper pull like that, well, you go with it, don't you? So he actually started that quarter on the ball. Was it that quarter on the ball? I think he started in the centre bounce. So it's they're chopping and changing things around with their setups, Albury. So I like seeing that.
Muller versus Lavity again. Marjanovic for the Magpies. Gets a handball out. Falls the way of Clark. Clark just throws it on the boot. Hollandine's first there, but Burns right on his hammer. Cop the boot to the face, did Burn. Duncan gets in and gets it for the Tigers. Oh, he's got space here. Does King. Drops the mark. Now has to do a bit of work. Gets tackled. Powell misses it with the boot. Page for the Tigers to King. King to Burn. Smothered off the boot. Falls the way of Isaac Muller. Muller gets a nice handball to King. Very scrappy, but they've got it forward to Powell. Powell to Gaynor. Gaynor inside 50. Walker out the back. He's going to go back and have another shot for his second in 2 minutes. Is Matty Walker and the Albury Tigers. And they're starting to swing that momentum their way here, boys.
They eventually got it there, Monty. They stuffed around it on centre wing. They had an opportunity to get clean footy out the back, and they just a couple of fumbles, but they eventually got it to where it was going to be about 30 seconds ago. So, all's well that ends well. So, Matty Walker's having a shot on goal. They probably would have had 30 seconds ago if they had got it right further up the ground. So, Matty Walker from about 20 metres out, slight angle.
Walker now sends it on its way, and he loves it. He gives it to the Canberra, puts it through. That's his second for Matty Walker, and it's 2 in 2 minutes for the Tigers. And they take the lead back to the Tigers. It takes them to 7-8-50. The Magpies 7-5-47, 3-point lead on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, and we're going 9 minutes thanks to Maccas.
Jakey Gaynor with a nice little hit up there, boys. He's had 4 touches in the first 4 minutes here in the second half. Been really important. Obviously, as we said earlier, a smaller player like him on a bit of a slippery day can be really dangerous, and Federico's been trying to go to him as a sort of that, at stoppage while he's getting tagged.
It's ball in the middle now. Harry Hewitt gets a handball. McVeigh fumbles it. Tackled straight away as McVeigh by Muller. We'll have a repeat stoppage in the middle of the ground.
Federico's pushed forward, and Hodgson's has picked him up in the Wangaratta's inside 50.
McVeigh doing the ruck work, wins the clearance as well. Well read Duncan. Takes the mark for the Tigers at centre-half back. He's got Lucas Conlon on a fair old breakaway, but he just ignores him and goes now further afield towards King. Reece King, true centre wing on the far side, the river side of the Norm Minns Oval. Goes down the line. It's a nice kick to McGrath, who worked very hard to find that space. It's been great today, Charlie McGrath. He's gone inside 50 now towards Heiner Hennessy. It's got out the back. Grossman cut it off. Grossman's happy to just take this one over the boundary line. I reckon that might have been insufficient intent too in the AFL, boys. I don't know. Been a bit of that going on in this quarter.
As we've seen throughout the day, both sides are having a go at riding a tide, and at the moment it's Albury. So they need to make the most of it and really take advantage of their time in the sun, I suppose you could say. That they're getting plenty of opportunities inside 50, and they're going to go again here.
It's Power. Chops it off, gets it back inside 50 straight away to the top of the goal square. Walker under it, gets creamed. I reckon he's going to get a free kick here. No. It's gone against Matty Walker, and it's going to go the way of Aidan Tilley.
Okay.
And Tilley, I don't know how he got that one, but he did. Finds Naish, Paddy Naish. Oh, well done, Heiner Hennessy. Gets back. Spoils it, but well done, Paddy Naish. Was clean. Finds Norton. And Norton's got it. Half-back flank. And he's looking for an option down the line. Called to play on now. It's not a great kick from Norton. I reckon it's going to go out on the full. No, Clark's got hands to it. And it's going to be a boundary throw-in right in front of our commentary position here, about 85 away from the Albury goals.
Wayne just seemed a bit stagnant at the moment, so whether they've just gone a bit defensive to take the sting out of Albury's run, I just got that feeling, Scam. I'm not sure if you're seeing the same thing.
Looks like they're just trying to slide, or no, they're just changing players. I thought they might be trying to slide a number behind the ball. But
come on, Leighton.
There's the ball now. Power for the Tigers, gets it to Grills.
Jeez, he runs
to
hard.
Carroll. Carroll now to Jackson Kelly, come off the back of that stoppage. Gets it inside 50 to a one-on-one. Kelly versus Tilley. Tilley gets a fist on it. Well done by Tilley. He's back on it and tackled straight away. Gets a boot on. It's coming about 4 sets of hands. And Gaynor set sail of a torpedo. Score! Just through for a minor score. That would have been a steal line goal today for sure. I had to hold my breath for a second. I was ready to go. But Jakey just the wrong side of the post through for a minor score. Takes Albury to 7-9-51. Magpies 7-5-47 on the Paulie Corner
Monty was
Cafe.
filling his lungs out. He had his lungs full.
I was ready to go, don't worry. It was going to burst. As the Magpies now through Clark. Exit defensive 50 through the middle of the ground. Lavity. The whistle went. I don't know if he held that one for long enough, but he's been paid it. Big Xavier goes inside 50 now. Over the back. Dropped by Byrne. He's put himself under the pump. Alice is there for the Magpies. And we're going to have another stoppage, boys. I'd love to keep a count of stoppages on a day like today because
72.
I reckon we're on more than that.
Okay.
You could be right, Bob, but you are a good counter.
I made that up.
McMiniman gets a handball, but it's cut off. Flying back was Big Xavier Lavity. Now it's won by Jackson Kelly. Grills gets a clearing torpedo as well towards King, who juggles the mark, but it goes over the boundary line. And again, another stoppage, Bob, 74. We'll have a throw-in.
Well, we look sharp, Scam. They
do.
In the last 5 minutes, they look like they're on top of the game, and they look like they can smell blood in the water, and they need to pounce. They need to get more bang for their buck in these next couple of minutes.
It's Bobby Jackson, thanks to Elite Building and Construction. We're going to have a repeat stoppage. Just quickly, Scam, what are those 40-wing stats saying?
Yeah, Jakey Gaynor, as I was saying, mate, he started hot. He's had 5 touches this quarter to take him up to 17 for the game. Fletcher Carroll, also 17 for the game, 3 this quarter.
As the ball gets tossed in. On the wing, Muller just wins that one with strength and kicks it on the boot straight away. Smart, nice little win against Garlett. Gets on the boot, but he gets chopped off by Power for the Tigers on centre wing. Sweeping handball to Carroll, who has not stopped running all day. Fletcher goes towards Walker at half forward. Goes over his head. Jacob Conlon's there for the Tigers. Tackled straight away by Grossman. Umpire put the whistle to the mouth. It said play on. Big Ben Kelly gets the handball to King. King with a smart kick finds Grills inside 50. And he's taken a mark 30 metres out, slightest of angles, and he'll go back to extend the Albury lead here.
They're full of run at the moment, Scan.
Yeah.
They are absolutely running on top of the ground, Albury, and the big players are coming to the game. Like Powell and Carroll's gone to another level. If he can, he just keeps on churning and churning and churning. He's played really well, so they've lifted a couple of cogs here, the Albury Tigers.
And this will be for 4 in a row, mate. You mentioned sort of that bit of momentum swing, snagging one late just before half time, and this would be for the first 3 in the second half.
Grills makes a move now. Shot on goal. He loves it off the boot. That's big Jimmy's second steel line goal today. And the Tigers are on a bit of a tear here in the third quarter. Takes them to 8-9, 57. The Magpies 7-5, 47, 10-point lead on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. And we're going 15 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Yeah, certainly lifted, and he's one of those stars that needs to lift, and he did lift, and that was a great goal. It was good play out the far side by Conley, kept the ball in, knowing that the numbers were in his favour, and a great centering kick, and Jimmy Grills just worked really hard from the wing and found some space and had a shot on goal.
4 in a row for the Tigers. Kicked the last of the second quarter, first 3 of this third quarter. Ball back in the middle, tossed up. Bit of a scramble. McVeigh's now got it for the Magpies, dispossessed. Big Ben Kelly, nice handball out in front of Carroll, who missed 2 attempts he had at it. We've got a whistle. I think we're going to have a free kick for holding the man to Big Ben Kelly. And the big fella's got it, going to have it right in the circle. And he should have a chance to pump him deep inside 50 here, Big Ben. And he does. Gets it inside 50, looking for Muller. I like this move of Muller moving forward, takes a strong grab. And I reckon he's got the leg in him here, boys.
Whoa.
I know you don't like the ruckman.
He's forward, mate. He's a forward.
He's a forward now.
But I like the big boys. Just Kelly's got something about him, and Isaac just needs to add another string to his bow. And this could well be it. A goal kicking spell instead of coming off the ground. So he's a big kick here.
As Isaac, the captain, sets sail from right on 50. It looks good off the boot. It started to fade late. It's been kept in. Well done on the goal line by Walker. And happy to see it over was King.
Look good off the boot, didn't it?
Look good off the boot, Bob. Yeah, absolutely. 9 inside 50s to 3 for Albury this quarter.
Ooh. They just got to keep converting, don't they? They've got to take their opportunities while they've got it, because it will swing at some stage Wang's way, especially here at home. As Leighton Hewitt throws it in. Tap down, Gaynor. Gets a handball to Page, but set upon straight away. Oh, Garlett stole it out of King's hands. Through for a minor score. And King was running to the right side for a left footer there. I probably will let him take it, but extends the lead again. Takes them out to 11-point lead, 58-47 on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. And we've gone 17 minutes on the Macca's time clock, and we might go around the ground thanks to Wangaratta Mazdas. Hang on, we might not, because it's turned over from the kick-in. Ben Kelly goes back inside 50. His kick just goes over the head of Conlon. The Magpies are there with Porter. It's a bit of a rushed handball. Majanovic comes through. Gets a handball sideways now to Tilly. Tilly's kicks just to grass. And I'll tell you what, that is deliberate, boys. Yep. Nope. Mason, I thought you were going for the one hand, but he went the 2 and said throw it in. We might go around the grounds now, please, Bobby J.
Quickly, Raiders are 2 points up in front of Corowa, 31-29. Myrtleford and Rovers. Rovers are up by 50 points, 72-22. Yarra is 23 points up on North Albury. And Wodonga is 58 points up on Lavington Panthers.
As the ball now, Gaynor gets caught, but gets a handball away just in time. Coming through is Walker. Umpire blows the whistle. We'll have another repeat stoppage. So basically it's all over except the Corowa and Raiders game. Really?
Geez, you've caught it early, mate.
I have. And this game, of course. Mm-hmm. As the ball now, inside 50, just off the ground, goes Smith. No, it was Smart, sorry, because there's Smith. Coming through is McMiniman. McMiniman gets a handball to Kelly. Kelly, nice little kick, finds Grills. And Jimmy Grills, normally a good user. Wants to find someone with that left boot. Just goes looking for the pocket. McVeigh's there. Had a lot of time. Probably should have taken the mark. Should have got called back into that. Kelly now back inside 50. Grossman's in front. Well done, Walker. Spoils it. It fumbles around. We're inside 50 here at the Albury end. And we're going to have a repeat stoppage, I feel. As umpire Ring comes in and says, yes, give us me, please, boys.
Just seems like Wang's desperate. They're just holding on at the moment, Scam. They've got that desperation in the way they defend, knowing that if they don't get it right here, they could get blown out of the water. So it's
caught hold on the footy. Yes, Cam Barrett took a little bit too long there.
Good call, Mike.
Reece King, he's an absolute dog with a bone when he can tackle, and he gets rewarded. He's going to go back and have a shot on goal.
Yeah, so this is basically riding the momentum that we've been talking about, Scam. The Albury Tigers have come to play in this third quarter, knowing that this season's on the line, knowing that they've got to dish up something that's going to be substantial in this quarter, and they have. They've kicked three goals this quarter, they kicked the last 4 of the game, going for 5. So this is a real important kick on goal as well.
King starts to move. Will set sail from 40. Slide angle. Doesn't like it. Through for a minor score. It's one they needed to kick, I feel, just to keep that momentum flying there because they've had their opportunities and they've dominated this quarter of footy, the first 20 minutes anyway.
Yeah. Could have pushed it out there, Mont, to 17-point margin. You know, when you've got that wave of momentum, you really do want to capitalise. So Bob, I think, mentioned earlier that it sort of swung a couple of times today. So they do want to make the most of it.
11-3 inside 50s, Mont.
That's on the 40-wing stat sheet. As Tilly runs long, gets it towards Grossman, drops the mark. Conlon gets a handball to Kelly. Kelly now to Heine Hennessy. Heine Hennessy back to Carroll. They've given up about 40 metres in those 3 possessions. But Duncan has it at true centre half back now. Goes to true centre wing on the far side. Finds King, who takes a really nice grab in the hands. King goes to centre half forward. Cole behind Hennessy. Probably got front on contact there, but the umpire says play on. Hodgson breaking it into inside 50. Oh, well done, Harry Smart. Gets a fist on it for the Magpies. Tilly's kick's no good. It's gone out on the full. Jimmy Grills will get it. And it's probably the wrong side for the left footer. As he's hard up on the boundary, just inside 50. Goes on straight away. Goes to the top of the square. Muller gets nudged out of it. Barrett has it for the Magpies. Just throws it on the boot, looking for no one. Oh, poor bounce from McMiniman. Finds its way to Clark. Not a good handball. Puts Marjanovic under the pump. Goes back and gets it, does Marjanovic. Ball just fumbles around now. Gaynor extracts it for the Tigers. Oh, drop mark, Paddy Nash. You don't see that too often. Now it's Porter. A bit of calmness now through Gotchling and O'Keefe. He's got to hit a target, but he doesn't. It's out in front of Clark. And it's gone out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in on the far side, centre wing. 12-point margin here. Albury's way. It's been a big quarter. We've gone 21 and a bit minutes, thanks to Maccas.
There's a lot of Wang plays with hands on heads. They're out in their feet here, Scam. They've got to hang on to 3-quarter time here to reset and go again that last quarter. Aubrey need to strike while the iron's hot.
They do, mate. Yeah, Clark looked up there just before and had absolutely nothing in front of him. So
Big Knowlesy going out of this game has definitely shifted it, I reckon, boys.
You haven't seen him come out from the change room, so there might be some more substantial injury.
22 minutes, you think he'd be back by now. There's Heine Hennessy for the Tigers. Just flings it back. Smith got one high, but the umpire says play on. Gotchling now is on the run. O'Keefe just done well there to get around. Gets it inside 50. It's not a good kick. Maxie Byrne read it really well for the Tigers. And he's going to set up the Tigers from half back as he finds Carroll. Carroll now to Heine Hennessy. I've liked him. He's working into this game, I feel. First game back for a very long time. Goes to another man who's missed a lot with injury. O'Hara, but well played there. Gotchling got back, got a fist on it. It's out of bounds. True centre wing, far side. Here at the Normans Oval. This is the third quarter, thanks to Albury Donga MG. We've got a
plays down this quarter. They need a 3-quarter time to come really quickly here so they can reset, reloading. Maybe a bit of a Dean and Stone spray at 3-quarter time, just get a few of their stars up and running.
Ben Reid spray maybe. You don't get them very often, but when they come, they're normally pretty good.
Stoney can deliver one. Don't worry about it. I've been receiving another couple.
He probably deserved it too, let's be honest. As now Paddy Nash picks it up, gets the boot, but it only goes about 3 metres. Carroll now for the Tigers, kicks it the half forward. Grossman, dispossessed by Walker. Walker's back on it, and so's Harry Smart for the Magpies. Well done, Grossman. Didn't give up on it. Ball now comes out. Harry Smart for the Magpies. Dispossessed straight away by Muller. Garlett. SS pinging around at ground level. Now Mason Ring says, I've had enough of this. Let's throw this one up. Get a restart.
I like Izzy Ford, Scam. He's really presented a target there, and Benny Kelly around the ball's been really good as well.
Yeah, just stretching him, isn't he?
Yeah.
Big fellas don't get any smaller, especially on days like today. Good tap there from Muller. Finds his way to Carroll, who gets it back inside 50. Grossman and Tilly get the spoil. Barrett gets it now, falls away to Tiziani. O'Hara out the back in the goal square. O'Hara, I think it was smothered off the boot. Yes. Diving desperation there from Aiden Tilly. Saved a certain goal from the goal square from Braden O'Hara. Through for a minor score. 13-point lead. It's 8-12, 60 to the Tigers. 7-5, 47 the Magpies. And they have stopped in this third quarter. And that's on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. As Barrett kicks it in now for the Magpies. Goes long, but Maxi Byrne. We have not seen an inside 50 for a long time for the Magpies. Byrne just rolls around. Kicks it long and strong to the top of the square. Comes to ground level. Boarding Young for the Magpies. Gets a nice kick out in front of Laverty. Laverty now takes a chest mark. He's got no one. I don't know about playing on. It's got to be a good kick now to get it out into space. He's looking for Charlie Naish, who's got out the back. Look at that for gut running. Charlie Naish versus Hodgson. Naish, Charlie Naish, end-to-end stuff there from the Magpies. That's a Mawson's concrete play of the day. And it ends up in a Charlie Naish goal. Wow. A steer line goal today. How good is that from the Wangaratta Magpies? Absolutely fantastic running.
Understatement.
Takes them to 8-5-53. Aubrey, 8-12-60 on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard.
That was just so against the play. It's just not funny. Bourdillon, nice long kick out to the wing to Laverty. Had absolutely no one to kick. He's launched a left foot barrel that's travelled every part of 55 metres.
At least, Bob.
Out in front of Paddy Naish, who just got the best bounce.
Charlie Naish.
Charlie Naish,
yep.
Sorry. He got the home ground bounce, and that was a 150-metre play, 200-metre play in space of 5 seconds.
Ballsy from Laverty on the, wasn't it, to go, not knowing what he had ahead of him. As the ball's back in the middle, Carroll wins that clearance for handball, goes to Kelly, but he misses it. And that's Ben Kelly, and we'll have a repeat stoppage inside the centre square.
That was such a good play.
You're still shaking your head about that, aren't you, Bob?
That was just a great play.
Barrel on the run, out the back.
As the ball goes up now, there's that man Laverty who worked it to get that goal assist to Charlie Naish, the last one. Harry Hewitt just kicks off the ground. O'Keefe, he's burrowed in again. Gets a handball out. Laverty now looks the way to Smith. Smith gets it on a boot. Hodgson bounced in front of him. McMiniman is clean. Gets a handball out, and Ben Kelly's now got it. Just throws it on the boot. O'Hara probably pushed Grossman over it, but he goes back and gets it to O'Hara. Norton. Handball sideways to Ellis. Ellis now finds Naish. Naish drops a mark he probably should have taken. Coming through is Harry Smart. I liked his game. Fraser Ellis now have a short kick looking for Laverty. Laverty, he's got to get it now over the top. He tried to take Byrne on, didn't let him through. It's found its way to Charlie Naish, who's going to go to the top of the goal square. Juice has his name written all over this. Oh, well done, Lucas Conlon. Well done to win that one-on-one battle. And it's been rushed through for a minor score. Massive win there for the Tigers. It's a 6-point ball game here in the third quarter. We've gone 6.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Just shows the lack of inside 50s there, Mon. I think that's nearly the first time you've called Juice's name this quarter. He was obviously so dominant in the first half, but Aubrey's just had the run of things in the third.
It's a kick sideways now on the bounce to Charlie McGrath. McGrath's a nice kick to King. Well done by Tilly, who come across to get a fist on it. It's a 3-on-1, and Federico's the one, and he does well to this hold it in. That's another big win here.
Just going back to that goal, Monty, it was a smother on the line.
Aiden Tilly
smother on the line. That was a certain goal for Braden O'Hara. They've turned around and did the full length of the ground and kicked a goal. I'd still shake my head about that. That was a great play.
Page flings it out, but Harry Smart cuts it off. Garlick goes stuff this and just gets a boot on it and gets it forward. It's at centre forward. Jacob Conlon, big win. O'Hara's just behind him. Boarding Young, he's working his way into this game. Kicks it out into space. Paddy Naish needs to be clean. He's got a bit of space to run. He takes a bounce straight away. Goes inside 50 with a bit of an off the side of the boot to his brother. Charlie, good hands. And Charlie's going for back-to-back goals here to level this game. We knew the momentum was going to swing, boys, and it's starting to go, isn't it?
It's almost as if we know what we're talking about, Monty, isn't it, really? The momentum swings. Fair dinkum.
We don't, but Bob.
We were just shooting the breeze, and there's no way known that Wangaratta deserves to be level with Aubrey purely based on the weight of numbers going to the left of screen scan. Aubrey probably should be 3 or 4 goals in front, but yet we're looking down the barrel of its scores being even.
Yeah, well, what is it? It's 20 scoring shots to 14, Bob. So they just haven't been able to absolutely make the most of the momentum that they had, Aubrey.
Charlie Naish on the runway now from 40. He doesn't like it. minor score. That was their chance there. The Magpies to just break that momentum in half. Takes the Magpies now to 8-7-55. Albury 8-12. 65-point ball game on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Gone 28.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock as the Tigers are working it out. It's found its way to McGrath. We've linked up in that chain a couple of times. It's a long kick. It's not a great kick. And Tilly, he's starting to really win me over, I reckon.
Yeah, he's played well.
Gus was big on him at the start of the year. Thought he'd win Wang's best and fairest. Don't know if you heard that pre-season prediction, but don't know if that's going to happen. As now the ball goes inside 50. Top of the goal square. Conlon, he's been big in this quarter, I reckon. Gets it again. Does Lucas. Hodson. Handball over the top to Carroll. Carroll just spins his way around. Gets himself in a bit of trouble and has to kick around the body. It's not a great kick. And it's cut off here. Harry Hewitt for the Magpies. This wants to go long and strong to the top of the goal square again. Back there was Muller. Muller's taken the mark. And there goes the siren to end that third quarter. It was a topsy-turvy one, but the Tigers have got themselves back in it. They've got a 5-point lead. It's 8-7-55 the Wangaratta Magpies. Albury 8-12-60 going into three-quarter time. We'll dissect that whole quarter and what happened after this break on O&M Live, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear. What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half-price selected beers until half-time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
We see in that quarter.
I reckon Scam could take this because it's all Albury Tigers this last quarter.
Yeah, it has been, boys. +4 for the quarter in clearances. +4 in clearances and +9 inside 50s. Probably didn't, make the most of it. Fletcher Carroll's got 23 for the day. Had a big third quarter with 9 touches. Jakey Gaynor's up to 20. Jackson Kelly 13. Charlie McGrath 12. And it looks like Paddy Nash is probably leading the way there, Bob, for Wangaratta.
He's got the 15 touches for Wangaratta. He played a bit of a... for Cavaliers' best, he was probably their best player for the quarter, in a quarter where Albury dominated for 95% of the quarter. The change in moving Muller forward, Isaac Muller forward, was a good one structurally for Albury, where they presented a headache for the Wang defence. But those last 2 or 3 minutes, Wang sort of got a little bit of ascendancy and put some scoreboard pressure back on Albury.
Yeah, and we mentioned that delivery inside 50 for Albury, and it was probably the best we've seen today for that quarter, but just unable to quite capitalise totally Mont on the scoreboard.
No, absolutely spot on. And the other games, Robbie, I think Wodonga are home, aren't they? So Albury have to win to keep their season alive today.
Exactly. That just throws another little spanner in the works for this game going forward, that Albury hold their destiny in their hands. And quickly around the grounds, the scores are all tied up. Akora and Raiders, Myrtleford and Wang Rovers is Rovers in front by 42 points. Yarrawonga 33 points in front of North Albury, and as we said, Wodonga are 52 points in front of Lavington. So all to play for here, Albury. So they need to get themselves cracking and keep their season alive, because it can slip away really quickly here, as we've seen.
We're about to get under the way in this last quarter. Thanks to Cavalier Homes. I'm Scott Montgomery for Wangaratta Motor Group as the ball gets tossed up. Away we go, Muller versus McVeigh. Just tosses it around. I think Muller got his hand to it first, but we say it was a draw. O'Keefe, he's battled hard all day as young Will O'Keefe, and he comes in, and it's going to be a throw-up. Still in the centre square. Another repeat stoppage. Just repeating, no Chris Knowles after half-time. So they have been a man down since half-time, the Wangaratta Magpies, and it's showing in the middle as Muller wins another tap. McVeigh tried to kick it off the ground, but missed it, and Muller gets the clearance. Kicks it now towards King at half forward. King kept his feet. He did well. Handball to that man and Carroll. How did he keep getting the spot after spot? Finds its way to Garlett. Carroll's there again. Should have given it to him. He doesn't. He rolls around, goes inboard. The kicks doesn't favour anyone. Tilly gets a fist on it. Smart now for the Magpies. Gives a handball to Grossman, and Grossman goes sideways to Paddy Nash. Paddy Nash in a back pocket for the Magpies. Goes short towards Gottschling. It's not a great kick. He had to stop and prop and go backwards. Can roll now. Gets it out wide towards Porter. That's Dane Porter. Just goes with a little short one down the line, looking for McVeigh, who's playing as a ruckman in this second half, and he's been caught holding the footy. Bobby's favourite man, a ruckman, and I think McVeigh's in that category right now after that effort. As Elliot Powell get the free kick on true centre wing on the Murray Riverside, Ovens Riverside, sorry, wrong part of the world. Gets out the back.
See, ruckman do that too.
Yeah, they do. They throw you off. As Norton just steps that one over the boundary line, and he's happy for a throw in again at the Albury end of the ground.
He's a makeshift ruckman, the poor bugger.
As our man Leighton Hewitt's going to throw this one in to our man, the ruckman in Muller and McVeigh. In it comes. Muller just too strong. Great tap work to Gaynor. He might have got taken high, but I reckon he drove his head into it. I don't mind that one being play on. We'll have a repeat
they're
stoppage.
the ones that go either way, aren't they, Monty?
They
And
are.
that's what causes the issues and the problems with the supporters, because they're the 50-50 ones that can go either way. This guy's enormous.
As Carroll just gets fumbly, just comes out, ball now tackled. Still at half forward for the Albury Tigers. Not much happening. I think he's found a push in the back, and it's going to go the way of the Wangaratta Magpies to our man, Alex Federico. What are his numbers on the 40-wing stat sheet?
This will be touch number 13. He was well held in that third quarter by Jacob Page, so he's that's the touch number 13 for him.
It's Federico. He's got that tan from overseas where he was for a few weeks there. Missed a few games of footy. Ball just gets fisted. Back towards the half-forward line. McGrath picks it up clean, but tackled straight away. And we'll have another repeat stoppage. Go on, 2.5 minutes, thanks to Maccas in this last quarter, thanks to Cavalier Homes, and the scoreboard reads a 5-point lead, and that scoreboard's thanks to work Locker Wangaratta, and that lead is, of course, to the Albury Tigers as they win this clearance through Powell. Goes inside 50, King reads it off hands, sidesteps around 1, now goes for the left boot. It's a great kick that just fell short of Conlon, who dove for it. Garlett was clean. King's got back inside 50 on that left boot, snaps it around the corner, he likes it! Reece King from the boundary. Steal line goal today. That's exactly what the coaches of Albury would have wanted at the start of this last quarter. It gives them an 11-point lead, 9-12-66. The Albury Tigers, Wangaratta Magpies, 8-7-55, thanks to work Locker Wangaratta.
Serious finish there by Reece King in the wet on the left. Important. They've probably dominated sort of time in forward half in this last quarter and sort of put some 2 goals up now, 11 points up.
He done some really good things in that third quarter. It took some nice clean marks out the far side and really started to impact himself into the game. And he had some really important touches. Him and Jeffy just worked in tandem there for the last 30, 40 seconds. And that was a great finish, quality finish.
Ball back in the middle now. Muller versus McVeigh. They're really getting on top in the middle. Powell comes through. Nice handball to Page. Page just gets it on the boot and gets it to a dangerous spot. Tilly reads it well. Doesn't take the mark, but comes to ground. He's gone back and got it. Tackled straight away by King. Walker's over it. Who's going to extract this one? No one. The umpire's the one that says, I'll have this one back. Thanks, boys. And we're 15 metres out straight in front of the Albury goals.
It's in that spot. I'll be getting Big Izzy down there to do the ruck work here.
Conlon versus McVeigh.
Tricky spot.
Probably Conlon wins that one. Goes past Grossman. Walker on the boot. Touched off the boot straight away. Tilly playing that goalkeeper role. Just throws it on the boot. Oh, it's going to come straight back in as Heine Hennessy wanted to go. Umpire says he didn't quite take enough of a step. And he's going to go back in. He's pointed at the goals. This is one of those tricky ones, I reckon. We'll get Fletcher Carroll. He wanted to go but slipped. There it is. Gone for a short lead. It's not a great kick from Colby. He's found the space of about 3 Wang players. He's going to be a free kick. Go the way of Matty Grossman. Holding the man.
I reckon he'd want his time over again, Heine Hennessy. That was a little bit of a... In hindsight, he probably should have played on and took the game on. And the game opens up when you play on a little bit quicker. They give the defensive side enough time to set up, and that's what just happened there.
Skillsy McMahon, the runner, just hits Porter, laces out if you don't mind, Skills. Still got it. Still got it.
Look at him just...
He likes it too. He knows we're talking about him too, I reckon, don't you?
Teapot stance.
As Grossman in the back pocket now for the Magpies with the free kick.
No one's safe, Monty.
No, we take them off. We know them. We take them all down, Bob. Kicks it long. Looking the Lavity's direction. Well done, Page extracts that one. Duncan to Powell, who missed his boot. Page off the ground. Goes inside 50 for the Tigers. King clean hands. Carroll to Garlett. Garlett outside of the boot. Jeffy Garlett! Steal line goal today from Jeffy, and the Tigers are on a roll to start this last quarter. That takes them to 10-12-72. The Magpies 8-7-55, 17-point lead. 5 minutes gone on the Maccas time clock. And, of course, that Maccas time clock is on the work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
What a serious finish, Bob. We spoke about the King finish just before, and Jeffy Garlett's just one-upped him from the pocket there, mate, I think, with the little banana off the right shoe.
And Fletcher Carroll, again, he was the man that delivered the ball to Jeffy to do his work, but he's everywhere. He's willing his side. We've seen him do this before at a game up at Lavington, Fletcher Carroll. He's really implementing himself onto this game. And here he goes again.
Muller, Carroll taking off it. Lavity now for the Magpies. Gets it and gets the clearance. Goes inside 50. Oh, not clean was Charlie Nation. He wasn't happy about it. Lavity just bumped off it as he was over it. Federico gets a kick around the body. Hodgson now for the Tigers. He kicks it long and tries to clear. And that man, Carroll, goes back but doesn't take what he probably should have taken. Now it's Bordignong versus King. Bordignong, massive win there on centre wing. Paddy Nash finds Jackson Clark at half forward. Just keep an eye on Fletcher Carroll too, boys. He's holding an ankle, is he, or is he just fixing a boot?
Yeah, fixing
That's all right, all good.
Relax.
As now Harry Hewitt at half forward. Gets a handball to the running Clark, but he misses him. Poor handball. Clark then has to go off the ground. O'Keefe, you cannot pay that. It's gone 4 metres. Mason getting the measuring tape out. Michael Duncan could give away 50 because he can blow up dunks, and I don't blame him on that one. But I still reckon Will O'Keefe is a little bit too far out.
What's kick rules?
They need this one, do the Magpies. He'll set sail from 45 plus, I reckon. He's gone short. It's not a great kick over the head of Juice. Spoiled by Gilmore, gets back on it. Lucas Conlon gets his handball smothered. Dane Porter charges through. Handball to Charlie Nash. Charlie Nash, goal! Steal on goal today to Charlie Nash. They're back in it now, the Magpies. They needed that one. Break a string from the Tigers. 10-12-72 Albury. 9-7-61 the Magpies on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Yeah, nice little finish by Nash. Keeps the Magpies in touch. They needed that. Just read it really nicely off the hands. And as I say, just brings the margin back to 11 points and keeps them right in touch, Bob.
Yeah, that was very fortunate. Yeah, the free kick mark outside 50, that was it worked in their favour. But Aubrey's got all the momentum. They just need to keep pushing, keep working hard forward, and hold Wangaratta out.
Powell, he's been massive in this second half, I reckon, is Elliot Powell. Just gets that one going forward. They're now inside 50 without a possession. McGaynor finally gets a kick. Goes to the top of the goal square. Back there now is Conlon, who he wanted his time again. Done well there was Norton, who just pushed that one towards the boundary line.
It's going up a cog or two, boys, isn't
it? This is finals like now.
Oh, yeah.
Finals like, and that's what we want from two teams. One team season on the line, the other team trying to get in that top three for a double chance. As the ball's going to get tossed in. Aubrey, end of the ground. Ben Kelly gets the tap down. Tackled straight away as Porter. Umpire says play on. Garlett, super clean. O'Hara around the body. Not his best kick. Back there's Tilly as the goalkeeper again. Just gets a fist on it. McGrath around the body. Charlie, not his best effort. Through for a minor score. Extends their lead, but they're now out to a 12-point lead of the Albury Tigers on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard. And we've gone 9 minutes thanks to Maccas.
I still feel as Aubrey's pressing. I still feel as though they've still got a little bit left in the tank, and they got to make the most of it. They got to, have to. Otherwise, the season's done.
As now they go through Ellis from the kick-in. Goes long. That's what it's about, territory. Clark, he's got to keep it going now from centre wing. He's going to get him inside 50. Juice versus Conlon. Conlon does well. O'Keefe running. Keep going. O'Keefe just tiptoes it inside 50. He keeps going. Does Will O'Keefe. Will O'Keefe. There it is. Mawson concrete player of the day to Will O'Keefe. He just kept going and going. And there's a scrap in the goal square. And I don't mind seeing it. It's pressure's high. And blokes, their tempers are getting high too. But Will O'Keefe, how good was that? Didn't give up and he kicks a goal. Brings the game back to a 6-point ball game on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Mons nearly jumped out of the commentary box and joined in there. He's up and about, mine. But that was just Will. Will of the name, Will of the effort. He just willed himself forward to get that ball, keep the ball moving forward. Juice and his teammates around him, seen what he was trying to do, and laid a path for him to keep the ball moving forward. And they're hanging in there, Wayne. They're hanging in there.
Yeah, but we've spoke about momentum a few times, and they're just starting to wrestle it back.
Back-to-back goals for the Magpies. And they keep winning it in him to the Tigers. They just need a bit of touch around half forward as Barrett just going to fist that one towards the boundary. And we'll have a ball up. A ball in right in front of the Albury bench. About 80 away from their goals.
I think you've nailed it though, Mike. We need to see someone from Albury stand up across that half forward. Lockie Tiziani's on the bench at the moment. He seems to be the man that could give us a bit of spark across half forward.
Tossed in. Muller gets the tap. Who's going to be there? O'Hara jumped on that. Umpire says no. We'll ball it up. Repeat stoppage in exactly the same spot. Umpire Mason Ring tosses this one up. Muller just get a bit too strong with the second string ruckman in there at the moment. Probably should be a free kick against Albury with their runner in the way there, but the umpire doesn't see it.
Frankie, Mark, get out of the way, Frankie.
Thought he was playing again, I reckon, did Frankie?
Handball receive.
There's the ball going to get thrown in again, right in front of the Albury bench. Muller versus Laverty. Muller, kick, Just goes across the top of the 50. Grills is going to lead the pace there. Come Harry Smart from the back pocket. He does well. Just needs to be clean. He's not. He fumbles it. Jackson Kelly gets there to help Garlett. Oh, Jackson Clark just kept going and then was super clean. He's going to send him inside 50 again, the Magpies. Conlon reads it best. Brought to ground by Juice. Will O'Keefe going to be a free kick. Go the way of Lucas Conlon against Newton in the marking contest. As these two are having a real old scrap over there. I think it's McMiniman and O'Keefe. And then Conlon and Juice, they're just throwing it around. Let's just bring it back. Have the free kick, boys. That's what the umpire says.
Well, 50.
And 50. Juice got sucked in there by Hamish Gilmore. And now they're going to get into the middle of the ground here and go forward again to the Albury Tigers.
Hamish Gilmore, he's tapping everybody on the head.
As Lucas Conlon's got it.
He'd want to be careful here. Juice has got him in the headlock again.
Goes inside 50. Go Hennessy. Colby behind Hennessy takes the mark. And that's what a 50-metre penalty can do. It can put you under the pump. They've gone from a back pocket to a free kick in the middle of the ground to a chest mark, 30 out straight in front.
We spoke about the Albury marking targets there, boys, and Heiner Hennessy just a bit too big and too strong up forward and took a nice contested mark and will kick now from probably 40 out directly in front, Bob.
Normally a very good goal.
Juice got a little distracted there. Gilmore got under his skin.
As Colby to extend the lead. He loves it off the boot. Colby Heiner Hennessy put that one down. First goal for a long time. Back in the Albury seniors today after a bit of injury. Extends their lead. Takes Albury to 11-13, 79. And the Magpies are 10-7, 67. On the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard, and we've gone 13.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Is Heiner Hennessy the man? He's the X factor. He's that 6'3", 6'4", runs like the wind, strong, agile, versatile. Can he be the man that finishes it for Albury today?
Yeah, he's had a good day, Bob. Had a good day. And how often do you see a 50-metre penalty lead to a goal as well? Yeah. Really costly there for the Magpies.
He had 16 goals before he got injured, Heiner Hennessy. Yeah. So he's a goal kicker. They love having him back in this side. As Muller wins that tap, Hewitt's got it for the Magpies. Tackled straight away. We'll have another ball up in the middle of the ground.
It was a big cuddle there, Izzy.
He could have hurt him, but he decided not to. Yeah. Tossed up again. Falls away. Federico for the Magpies. Gets it around the body. Clark bounces over his head. Grills. He's starting to work his way into it nicely too. His Powers kick comes off the side of the boot and will go out of bounds. Half-forward flank for the Albury Tigers on the Ovens River side of the ground. 12-point ball game. Albury Tigers have worked so hard to be in this position. They just need to convert a couple more times, and their season's alive. That's all you can ask for if you're a coach of the Albury Tigers right now. Tossed in. Muller wins the tap. Falls down. Another repeat stoppage. And I reckon Albury will be happy for this for 10 minutes now. Just stoppage after stoppage. Why not?
Why not?
Tossed up again by umpire Mason Ring. Half-forward flank for the Albury Tigers, and we'll have it again.
I think you're right, mate.
Let's just get numbers around the footy. That's what I'll be doing if I'm the Albury Tigers. Yeah. Just kill the game.
Isaac Muller, he can control the game from here till
Just needs to be at his feet every single
Keep
time.
It in tight.
That's what he does again. Nice and tight.
That's about 4 times.
Charging through. Carroll just kicks it off the ground that time. Out of bounds will do for the Albury Tigers, but Conlon's the first there. It's Jacob. That's a nice kick. He's got Walker.
Oh, what a kick.
How good is that? What vision from Jacob Conlon from the boundary. Kicks it inboard, finds Walker, the sliding Walker, takes the chest mark, 12 metres out.
Fletcher Carroll in front. Fletcher Carroll again, just wheeled himself at the stoppage. It was four or five in a row where Izzy just kept it at his feet. Fletcher Carroll got the ball forward. Super smart kick by Conlon. That was a high IQ kick into the
just the vision too, to be able to see it, not just execute it, but to be able to see it before he did it. Unbelievable. As Walker goes back, likes it straight away off the boot. Does Matty Walker? That's his third. The Tigers are on a tear again. They needed that one. That's 2 in a row for them. That's their 4th for the quarter. And that takes them up to 85. 12-13, 85. The Magpies 10-7, 67.
You mentioned Jacob Conlon there with great vision back inside. It hasn't really been a day for, it can be a tough day for key forwards. Juice has obviously clunked at the other end, but he's been pretty quiet, Jacob Conlon. Haven't seen a lot of him, but influential there looking back inside.
That was such a clever kick. Team first kick, and Matty Walker just knew where to run, found some space of his own, and 20 metres out in front is a perfect spot to be kicking goals.
It is 18 points on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard, 16.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock. You're going to have a repeat stoppage. Muller's tapping work has definitely just come in now, hasn't it?
This is the best I've seen him ruck all season, Mont. He's really dictating where the ball's going and feeding his own
Look at
balls.
that, just putting it in close, and then he gets the clearance off the boot. Tiziani takes the mark, plays on straight away, goes to a dangerous position. Conlon's first there, gets out behind him. Boarding-Yong gets a nice little tap to Grossman.
Oh, yes.
He's been caught holding the footy. Didn't quite get a clean position. Then Matty Grossman and Jacob Collins going to go back and try and extend this lead for the Albury Tigers.
Great tackle from a forward. You can't ask for much more than that, Scam. You bring the ball to the ground and tackle if you can't mark the ball, and he'd done both of those in one passage.
Yeah, and two big influential plays inside a minute to really extend this lead and, put it out to a 4-goal lead if he can finish.
Hasn't been a massive day for Jacob Collins going for his first goal. He loves it off the boot too. JC puts it through and extends the lead for the Albury Tigers on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. 4-goal lead, 13-13, 91. The Magpies 10-7, and we're gone nearly 18 minutes thanks to Maccas in this last quarter, which is brought to you by Cavalier Homes.
That's 3 goals in 5 minutes, Scam. They've really turned it around, and off the back of a 50-metre penalty, they've kicked a couple of quick goals, and all of a sudden the game's in their favour. The destiny's very much looking forward for the Albury Footy Club. They were fantastic in that passage.
Spot on, mate. You mentioned Isaac Muller a few times and how well he is rucking and just being able to control it around the contest.
Ball's back in the middle again, that man Muller. Nice tap again towards Power, not clean. Ball just fumbles around again, and we'll have a repeat stoppage. No, down a free kick. It's going to go the way of Federico, I feel. He's the one holding his hand up saying, yep, give it to me. He's got in the middle of the ground. Does Federico. Kick's not a great one, looking for Clark, and he's missed him. Gets back on it first now and rolls around back inside. He's going to go long with the kick, looking for the big Juice man. Juice out the back, fist on it. Falls away towards Naish. Hodson overruns it now for the Tigers. Porter, dispossessed straight away. McMiniman can't be clean. Just fumbles around inside 50 for the Wangaratta Magpies until there's a toe poke to get it outside 50. Barrett's picked it up now for the Magpies and gone back inside 50. It's high up and under. Bounces off Hodson's chest. Probably should have taken that one. Smith around the body. McGrath's back there to help. Charlie, been fantastic today. Nice kick, looking for Grills. Goes over the back of Grills. Fist from Barrett. And we're going to have a throw-in.
Desperate.
In front of the cam bar on the far side, which I reckon have given the Albury players a fair bit of advice today.
Yeah, well, advice is, it's a privilege sometimes, isn't it? You just got to take it on board and you deal with it in your own separate way.
Ball tossed in.
Positive
Muller
negative.
wins that tap. Gotchling kicks it inside 50. Good grab, Maxi Byrne. It's been not too bad for the Tigers today. Hasn't been his biggest game, but he's done his role. Byrne goes short and finds Page. Had the big job on Federico today, and I'll probably give the points just to Page at this stage. Page goes long down the line. Oh, that's going to be a free kick against Tiziani. Has to be. How is that not a free kick? Anyway, play on, says the umpire. King tackled. Now that's a free kick. This time to the Wangaratta Magpies. It's going to go the way of Harry Smart. On true centre wing on the far side.
Numbers behind the ball here, Mont. 4-goal lead for the Tigers and start to push back. Sorry.
It's all right. We've got guys that have done this for 15 years that still do that scam, don't know where the mic goes. As McMiniman just takes that one over, happy with the boundary throw in.
Quickly around the ground for Wang Mazda. Corey Rutherford have kicked away 13 points in front of the Raiders here at the JC.
Nope. John Ford.
John Ford Oval.
Won't be enough beer in Corridor tonight if they win, I don't feel. As Gotchling here at the Norm Mins goes long towards Juice, gets out the back again. Conlon's working him under the ball beautifully now. I reckon Juice probably just had the knack in the first half to hold the body, but now Conlon's just got his positioning right, and it's been massive in this second half.
You're like a naughty dad there, and you said nope.
John Ford, I like that place.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful ground to play footy.
It's a bit big for me. I didn't like covering the ground too much. Ball gets tossed in. Inside 50 for the Magpies. Heiner Hennessy overruns it for the Tigers, but Naish picks it up cleanly. Dane Porter now wants to have a shot on goal. He does with the outside of the boot. It's gone out of bounds. Just found grass next to the point post. And we'll have another throw in right next to the point post here at the Wangaratta end of the ground. A lot of numbers inside this half. Not one player in the Albury half
2-minute drill starts to kick in soon, mate. They get just stoppage after stoppage.
21 and a half gone on the Macca's time clock. As coming through is Charlie Nash, tackled straight away by Gaynor. And we'll have another repeat stoppage in exactly the same position. This is nearly 3 in a row.
Yeah, you reckon looking at about a 27, 28-minute quarter, Mont, here. Just hold on for another 3-4 minutes and there might be job done for Albury.
Federico tackled straight away as he went to ground. Umpire says, I'll have another one.
Page again.
He's all over him, isn't he? He's done a job on him in the second half.
Ball tossed up by umpire Mason Ring. Muller wins another one. Hodgson comes charging through.
Ooh.
Umpire says no. No free kick there. We'll ball it up again. Number 5 in a row.
Yep. Playing into Aubrey's hands here.
Yep, they're loving this. Just killing time. Not a lot happening. There's a lot going on off the ball. Found one. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go the way of Jacob Page, I think. I think the umpire out of zone picked that one up. And it is going to go the way of Page. There's a lot going on off the ball. He's still doing that job on Federico. He's got the ball at half back for the Albury Tigers. Page is going to go long as he slips, as he kicks. As you can hear the laughter. Ball now finds its way to Tilly. Tilly goes inboard. It's not a great kick, but it finds Federico. Federico now at half forward. Goes long, looking for Newton. Newton just got taken out of that. Probably should get a free kick, but no. Umpires have missed it. Not well. Conlon's kick got smothered straight away. Gilmore just taps it straight towards the boundary. He's happy to see that.
I think Juice instigated that contact there. Wisdom then, Juice, but I don't think the free kick was there.
Tossed in again. Inside 50 for the Wangaratta Magpies. Won by Muller. Just fumbling around. McVeigh handballs to Tilly. Tilly, good tackle by Hodgson. Finds its way to Gotchling. Bouncing. Don't know what Conlon was going to do there. Probably should have punched it over the line for a point, but it's found its way to Grills. Grills kicks towards King. King drops a chest mark and it goes out of bounds. And we'll have a throw-in front of the light tower on the far side. Half-forward flank, the Wangaratta end. It's a tight one. 4-goal, 1 lead to the Albury Tigers in this last quarter. 4 goals to 2. Great tackle from Duncan on Federico. Finds its way to Laverty, who sets Salva home from 50. It's got the legs, has it? It has.
Ooh,
Laverty has kicked it straight through. Keeps the Magpies, gives them a bit of life. Back to 3-goal game now. Albury 13-13, 91. The Magpies are 11-7, 73 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. And we've gone 24 and a half minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Yeah, just threw it on the boot there, Mont, and it sailed through. Closing the gap now, Bob, down to 3 goals, 24 and a half minutes played.
So what are you saying, Scam?
Draw? Well, 3 straight to tie it up, mate. That'd end the season, wouldn't it? That'd be enough.
That's a big statement, isn't it? First game in. He's called
a draw. Ball gets tossed up. Muller wins that tap again.
I think we're all a bit gun-shy the last time we did it this game.
Panda was a bit gun-shy, I think, when he said North Albury were home and they got done.
Yeah, similar situation, but
sling tackle against Powell.
If they get a quick one here, then it's nervous.
It's going to be a free kick to Gotchling.
They got to go.
Centre of the ground. Hunter needs to find an option. 25 minutes gone. There's not long to go, probably 3 or 4 minutes. 3-goal margin, Aubrey's way. Charlie Nash gets a handball to McVeigh. McVeigh around the corner. Lucas Conlon drops a mark he probably should have taken, but it's bounced over the boundary line. You see Juice has a bit of urgency about him when he got the footy. Straight back to the umpire. Let's get it in.
Second half for Lucas Conlon, hasn't he? We mentioned at half time whether they should make that change, and he's held Juice to 1 in the second half.
It's tossed in now. Bit of a shallow throw in. Muller just goes bang straight back to the boundary line. We'll have another throw in, boys.
Izzy's really starting to impact the game around the stoppages now. He can control it right to the final siren here with some smart ruck work. And the non-ballers, they're all right in front of the throw in here. So there's space at the back for Wang Magpies.
Muller just brings it forward. Tiziani gets it on the boot, doesn't go very far. Heiner Hennessy's handball gets smothered. Tilly now for the Magpies. It's chopped off by Page for the Tigers, who kicks it and gets a clearing kick. But Norton now for the Magpies. He's 60 away from goal. Told to stand on the mark was Jeffy Garlett, so he just plays on as Norton goes to the goal line. It's gone deep. There's a lot of numbers there in yellow jumpers. They're just trying to will its way over the boundary line, and they're happy with that of the Tigers. And we'll have another throw-in. I reckon we've had 30 throw-ins in this exact spot today.
15 pairs inside the Wangaratta 50. They're all moving down now. Desperate.
A lot of yellow jumpers. A couple of spares around the contest. He's got to make sure they don't give a cheap goal away here to the Tigers. Ball gets tossed in. Muller, nice tap. Hewitt doesn't quite get the contact he wants with the kick. Just goes towards Conlon. Duncan's first there. Great shepherd by Conlon. And he's got ping for too high. It's going to be a free kick to Will O'Keefe and a shot on goal. Now, this Wangaratta, I don't know about remonstrating when you got a guy about to have a shot on goal. But Will O'Keefe, he plays on. Oh, no, he's been called to play on. Well done, Jimmy Grills. He was alert to it. Jesse Smith now throws it on the boot. It's not a great kick. Goes across the face of goal. And now there's going to be another throw-in in the exact same spot we were talking about earlier. As there's still a bit of push and shove going on the far side, but Will O'Keefe, well done, Jimmy Grill, heads up play. He knew that he was probably going to try and play on quickly if players distracted with the fight, and got back and was able to, disrupt what he wanted to do. As McGrath, kick smothered straight away by Tilly. Heine Hennessy for the Tigers gets a handball to Tiziani. Has to find an option by hand, and he does, and it's Carroll. Bit fumbly was Fletcher. Goes back in and gets it. Handballs backward now to King. King on the boot. There's no one back there except Harry Smart. The kick bounces nicely, and he's happy to run it over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw-in front of the benches.
Smart kick by King there. He didn't really have anything on down the ground, but managed to just sort of force it boundary side, and another throw-in.
28 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard leads a 3-goal lead to the Tigers. This is a massive win in the season because it keeps it alive. It's all going to come down to round 18, whether they'll play finals or not. It's going to be a couple of big games next week that we're going to have to follow.
They've been massive this second half, Aubrey.
Been huge, huge. As the ball gets tossed in. Muller, he's been huge as well. Federico for the Magpies kicks it around the body. Tilly's rolled forward. McVeigh on the boot just goes straight up in the air. Punched by Kelly. McVeigh goes to ground. Heine Hennessy is very happy to just run that one over. And over for another boundary throw-in in front of our commentary box. This quarter, it is 5 goals to 3. In the second half, it's 8 goals to 4. As another Muller-Carroll combination clearance. Kick to the centre of the ground. Powell goes to ground and so does Grills. Powell just runs back in there and goes again. Carroll's followed up that kick from the clearance and just gets a handball in the air, but it's gone back to the Magpies' way. Overrunning it was Gaynor. Will O'Keefe's at ground level again. Ball's just fumbling around and the Tigers are happy with this. King extracts it. Goes sideways with a handball to Byrne. Byrne backwards now. Finds a teammate in Duncan. Duncan's kicked to half forward. Everyone goes to ground except one, and it's Smart. Smart's back on it for the Magpies, but he's still in defensive 50s. Kicks high up and under. Harry Hewitt wants it, but doesn't take the mark. Majanovic can't pick it up cleanly. Laverty now, back inside defensive 50. Kick around the corner, it's not a good one. Walker, still full of life. Gives a handball to Hodgson. Hodgson under the pump straight away. Walker, taken high, but number says play on. And we're going to get another ball up just inside the centre square here, the Albury side of centre. 3-goal margin, Albury's way on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. 30 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock.
Can't be long left, Monty. Can't be long left.
Hewitt for the Magpies gets the clearance around the body. Porter comes out and meets it. Probably going to be caught holding the footy. No, the umpire says he's got a handball. Play on. Smith. Handballs to Naish. That's Paddy. Paddy goes sideways towards Grossman. Grossman at half forward. Well done, Heine Hennessy brings it to ground. And we've got a free kick. It's going to go the way of Grossman against Heine Hennessy. At half forward, he's just got to get it in now as long and strong as he can. And he does. He rolls around. He's looking for Newton. Newton just gets taken out of that. The umpire says play on. Tilly's down there. Gets taken high. He's going to get the free kick. Is Tilly. He's going to have a shot on goal. And he should just roll around straight away, and he does. The kick's not a great one. That's probably why he normally plays the other end of the ground, because it's gone straight across the face of goal, out of bounds on the full. And the Tigers should just kill this game as Grills has the mark and goes short to Carroll, and now it's tempo time.
Yeah, it's all but done now, Mon. 3 goals of difference. There it is.
And there's the final siren. What a win for the Albury Tigers. 3-goal win 13-13-91 to 11-7-73 the Magpies. Massive second half by the Albury Tigers. They've come out to play, and it was an 8-4 second half. Scam, absolutely unbelievable. Good win, keeps their season alive with other results going with the Dogs winning. They needed that one, did the Albury Tigers.
Yeah, massive, Mont. The Tigers with the first 3 goals after half-time, they sort of really grabbed the momentum there. And it was a bit of an arm wrestle most of the day, but they just didn't allow Wayne to get back into it really after that point. Izzy Muller, massive around the ball, around the contest. I've got no idea how many hit-outs he had.
Yeah, it's a hard one to keep track of, isn't it? It would have to be 70, wouldn't it?
Oh, I would have thought so, mate.
Yeah, because a lot of stoppages. And it's going to be interesting to see who Bobby Jackson goes to for our Harvey Norman Bettering of Player of the Day, because we know he doesn't really like ruckman, but Isaac Muller was massive. Little Fletcher Carroll, I think he was maybe talking about as well, could be an option. It's going to be an interesting one to see where he heads, but absolutely unbelievable by the Albury Tigers to get up and win this one. There'll be a happy little bunch down there for sure at Tigerland. And now it's going to be interesting. Let's just have a look where Bobby is, see who he's going to pick off.
There's some Thai boys out here, Monty. They're all...
you sound like you're blowing and tired a bit down there too, Bob.
they had a crack, mate, that's for sure. They really had a crack.
Yeah, you're just trying to suss a couple out. I'm watching you. I'm just trying to see. I reckon, knowing you, Bobby, it's going to be a midfielder.
Who do you reckon was best on ground, mate?
Good question.
The water boy's got no idea.
Is he an Albury water boy or a Wang water boy?
Well, I'm just grabbing someone now, mate.
Here we go. Yeah, you can see where you're going. We know you don't like the ruckman. That's why you've gone with your Harvey Norman Betting Player of the Day.
Yeah, I got the best player on the ground today, mate. It was Fletcher Carroll. That was some sort of effort in that second half, mate. You boys come to play. You got a bit of a sting last week, but you really responded today.
Yeah, we started pretty slow, a bit like last week. But credit to the boys, we responded. And, mate, that's just awesome. Such a good win.
The captain and Izzy and yourself just looked like you willed yourselves to say, right, jump on the back of us, boys, we'll lead the way. And they all followed today, mate. Every single one to the tee followed.
Yeah, I think Shawnee and Snip sort of put it on us leaders. If we set the tone, then usually the rest of the group follows. And, yeah, Mar was awesome in the ruck. I thought Jackie Gaynor was good in the middle. Matty Walker up forward, so all of our leaders stood up, and we need that.
Yeah, it was just a great team effort today. Even the midfielder, the younger fellas that come through, Charlie McGrath was good at patches today, and young Reece King was good as well. They stepped up when they needed to, those young fellas.
Yeah, actually another thing that Shawnee said before the game was just do your job. And I felt like pretty much all players did their job today. So awesome win, mate.
Well done, mate. Best of luck next week as well, mate. Well done.
Cheers.
Bobby, don't forget that photo while you're out there, Bob, just quietly as he gets the phone out. Well done to Fletcher Carroll, our Harvey Norman Betting Player of the Day. And what did his stats end up being over there, Scam, on the 40-win stat sheet?
Yeah, racked up 30 in the end, Fletch. Just ticked over the 30 mark late in the last quarter there. Yeah, he was massive.
Unbelievable, wasn't he?
That combo, as we mentioned, Muller to Carroll, the classic ruckman to Rover.
It could be a famous Albury saying, if they can get in the finals and get a run going, it might be something that carries them going forward. Well, here at the Norm Minns Oval, we don't get great reception in the room, so we might... just throw to a break, and we'll be back with a couple of interviews, and we'll break down this whole game. Again, just repeating, a 3-goal win to the Albury Tigers, 13-13-91. The Magpies 11-7-73. The Tigers keep their season alive. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Clear. What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science. With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.